Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham blog and today's watch along for Tottenham's visit to Fulham in the Premier League. I'm delighted to be back on the watch along, and I'm delighted as always to be joined by David Harris, the Irish Hotspur. David, it's absolutely outstanding to be back here in these watch alongs with you. How are you getting on today?
Absolutely brilliant, man. It's great to have you back. Honestly, it really is. I'm sure everyone else in the comment section let us know how grateful you are that Matty can make it today. Everyone else, you've been great with the support while Matty has been away working. You've really helped the lad. And don't forget, it's also hashtag do it for Matt. Don't forget that. A big up to Marcelo as well, may I add, for carrying the hosting job. I done it once. I know exactly how hard it is. I crumbled. Marcelo thrived. He's done an absolute brilliant job. So big up Marcelo. And again, sorry he couldn't make it today. But going out and earning them dollars, you know what I mean? No one can turn that down. But honestly, I'm excited for today. I've come prepared. I got a few stats. I've done an opposition scout report for you and everything, Matty. So let's go. Bring it on.
David, you're improving day by day. I love it. And so, David and Marcelo, as always, thank you so much for running those watch alongs. Let's run through the chat. We have is it Inza Mamul? I'm sorry if I've messed that up in here. I have Sushant watching from Nepal. We got VM here as well. Wayne Bonner, channel member, says finally game day. These withdrawal symptoms were starting to get worse. It feels like it's been so long since we played, but it's only been 4 days. It's crazy. We've got Edmonds tuning in from Gibraltar. We've got the regular. We've Owen Killian here. Owen, thanks for tuning in. Says we want Delhi. David, we might as well go straight into our lineup predictions. Do you think we might see Dele Alli in the starting 11 tonight?
I'm going to tell you why I think there's a strong case for it. And no one shoot me down. It's only I'm thinking of man management here. Is that so? Look, for me, I think Dele didn't play on the weekend within the view of playing today. I think he knew he was playing today because he had a good attitude when he came off the bench. So I think Mourinho must have had a chat and said, look, kid, today's not the day. You're in for Wednesday. And I'll tell you why. Is because as good as Gareth Bale's been, you know what I mean? He's got 4 goals, 3 assists. I have a stat here for you. So look, Bale has been directly involved in 7 goals in his last 4 matches that he's played in all competitions for Tottenham, which is 4 goals and 3 assists. So he's very important on that right-hand side. He's given us a different outlet and a different way, a different thing for teams to think. Because what was happening is, when we were getting the ball over the left, you've seen it time and time again. They completely abandoned that right. How many times have you seen Ori or whoever's been playing out there in acres of space? So what they were doing is they were pressing our left-hand side and nullifying the ball between Son and Kane. And when you nullify one, you effectively nullify both because they're such a duo. Mm-hmm. So now that Gareth Bale has come in, he started producing and he's playing the way he is. He's given teams a lot more to think about and giving us a complete dynamic. They actually now have to worry, and with Lucas as well, playing number 10, they now have to worry about a 4 instead of a 2, which is absolutely brilliant. It completely turns the tables in the way of attacking play, really. But with Gareth Bale, we know that his minutes have to be managed. We know his body needs to be managed. So for me, my thinking is that maybe he drops to the bench today. He comes off the bench. He's fully fit for Palace Sunday. We rest him midweek in Europe, and he's ready for the North London derby. That's just my way of thinking. If I was Jose Mourinho and I'm thinking like, okay, I know Gareth Bale's on a high, but man management and the reason why you're the manager has to come into it at some stage, and you have to make them big calls. Okay, we could do with the win. You know what I mean? Keep momentum going. But at the same time, even if we sent out Dele as the centre attacking midfielder and Lucas or Lamela out on the right tonight, we should have more than enough to beat these. That last game we played them off the park in the first half. We even had 1 or 2 chances in the second half, and we should have killed it off. They only got back into the game because we allowed them, because we didn't kill them off. And then Eric Dyer, had concrete boots on that night. He couldn't get off the ground. And that's why that result happened. So, look, we should have more than enough to go out there tonight. And I think it is a game that you could probably potentially look at and manage Gareth Bale's minutes. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised to see him start. We know how much of a winner that Jose Mourinho is. And that, he's going to want to win tonight for momentum as well. Like, don't forget, we win tonight. We close that gap to on top 4. Mm-hmm. We close it to 6 points, and we still have a game in hand against Aston Villa. You know what I mean? So, and then we have Palace on Sunday. So, if we can take 9 points from these next few games, it's absolutely crucial. It just proves that all these Josie outers jumped. They were wrong to jump, because at the end of the day, we can, if we win tonight and Sunday, we can still make top 4. We're still in the Europa League. We have a a tasty tie. Look, Croatia, these Dynamo Zagreb, they're going to be tasty. They're going to be good on the ball. They're going to know how to handle themselves and look after themselves. We match their aggression. We match their desire to win. Our quality will show through, and we should get through, and we're into the next round. So our season is not written off yet. And plus, with the Carabao Cup final coming up against City, it's important to start getting wins under our belt and getting a nice rhythm and a nice flow and confidence going into that game as well.
Absolutely, David. I couldn't agree with you any more on any of that. Louis has upgraded his YouTube membership to Champions League level. Louis, thank you very much for that. It is greatly appreciated. He won't regret it at all. If anyone else does want to become a channel member, hit that join button down below. Everything will be explained for you there. We are going to have a call-in show for channel members after the lineups do come out. So again, if you want to call in on that one, make sure to hit that join button down below. David, you made the point there. If we win tonight, we're within 6 points of the top 4, and we still have that game in hand against Aston Villa. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say I think Spurs are going to make the top 4, because being completely honest, I don't think we will. But the way this season is going, any team who can put together some sort of consistent run and put together 4, 5, 6 wins in a row, they're in with a big shout of making it into that top 4. You look at Manchester United. Since they went top of the table, they've had more 0-0 draws than they have had wins. They're falling apart. Brendan Rodgers' Leicester
went our way midweek, more importantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Leicester dropping points against Burnley as well. You know, Leicester, it's this time of the season when Brendan Rodgers always crumbles in England, and looks like that could be happening again. Top 4 isn't top 4 isn't absolutely gone. It's not a probability, but it is still a possibility there. And with the likes of Bale and Dele Alli maybe starting to hit form now, and players like Lucas kind of upping his game, Sanchez is alongside Toby on Sunday looked a competent centre half for the first time in a while. It maybe is an exciting moment now for Spurs, that there could be a possibility of something actually coming out of the season. Louis here says quality content worth every penny. Thank you very much, Louis. I appreciate that. And just sticking with that defence, David, we had a comment there a second ago. Bradley said, I hope we don't change the centre-backs. It was Toby and Sanchez against Burnley on Sunday. Do you think it'll be the same tonight?
Look, before I answer that, between the opening part of the show, I think it's absolutely been brilliant already. I feel like we're prime Neville and Carragher on Monday Night Football with this analysis. It's absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean? So it's well worth a membership or a super chat, I have to say. But on the defensive partnership at centre-back, look, for me, Alderweireld, he's another player. His minutes have to be managed. He's had hamstring issues over the last while, and that's why he's actually been in and out of the team. Along with his age and body, his minutes have to be managed. Look, for me, though, if I could, I would play Alderweireld tonight. I really would, genuinely I would. And I'd maybe tell Roden or Tanganga to go and get ready for Palace. Concentrate, you're playing Palace. And I'd play Sanchez in beside him, because in fairness, as bad as Sanchez has been this year, like I've nicknamed him GPS, because genuinely, we all know a lot of the time he struggles to know where the ball is. But our last 2 clean sheets in the Premier League, he's been at centre-back with Toby Alderweireld. So it's important that this partnership gets going and that it takes off. One partnership has to take off between now and the end of the season. It has to keep more clean sheets than goals it leaks. It's that simple. That's what us Spurs fans are setting for right now. And for me, why they're on confidence, why they've kept 2 clean sheets in our last 2 clean sheets, that's been the centre-back pair. We have to go for it tonight. And then you can see what Toby feels like going into the Palace game on Sunday. That's just because, genuinely, I think maybe you could take Toby out and put in Roden or Tanganga and use their pace against Palace, because Palace have pacey players like Eze, Zaha, Schlupp, Townsend. You know what I mean? So you could get away with putting 2 pacey centre-backs against Palace. Tonight, if Toby's up for me, I play him. I do play him. Yeah. And that's my opinion, because when you have Reguilon and Aurier and you have Toby, the reason why Toby is so important that is because when Toby's on the ball, teams can't press us, because Toby has that 50-60-yard pass straight in behind for Son, straight in behind for Kane. He can also spray it left or right for the fullbacks. He can also has the composure to play it into Højbjerg and Ndombele, which means they're on the ball, so they're not chasing the ball. So when they're on the ball, you're using a lot less energy than what you are chasing the ball. So when they're on the ball, it makes their game easier. And then when they get on the ball, they can release quick ball to our front 4, which has been vital over the last 2 games, in my opinion. So, when you don't play Toby there and you either play Sanchez and Dyer or whoever plays there, you're not getting that passing out from the back, which means teams can press us. Which means when they press us, we don't have that short options, because people go high because they don't want it. And then we're stuck with just one long ball up to Harry Kane. And then trying to hope that Harry Kane can take it down, chest it, turn, spin it in behind for Son, and then get into the box to finish it. So we've adapted in that sense. So that's why Toby Alderweireld is crucial there. And as well, it's no surprise that when you have your two best fullbacks, Aurier and Reguilon playing, you can play football. Like I've tried being saying to people, when you've Davies there, you just cannot play football. We've seen it time and time again. He gets spun down that side way too easy. Reguilon very rarely does. Aurier, the same. Compared to Doherty, okay, Aurier is more he's more confident on the ball than what Doherty is. So, you need them players to be able to play this attacking game and keep possession. And it's no coincidence that these results are turning now that these better players are back.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you on that one. Expert analysis from the Irish Hotspur tonight. If you do want to check out David's channel, make sure to head down to the description. And on your point about Toby Alderweireld, you said it back in January and February when he wasn't really getting in the team that perhaps Jose is resting him for this really hectic part of the season. And look, that could be true. I think we could kind of lean a lot more towards that outcome if he is starting tonight. Gary here says just been on live score and it is showing lineup same against Burnley. So that live score is a prediction on that one. There'll be no announcement, no confirmation of the lineup until 5 o'clock on the dot. So that'll be in 3 minutes. We will bring you that right here as always. Wolf says Man City is the only team with consistency at the moment. Dark Sung Ji says since we are playing Dynamo at home, first would you play your strong team or your rotation team? Play the strong team when we're away. I think Jose is going to play a strong team in both of those. I think we probably do have to do that at the moment. Connor says, let's big up the Harris Army. Come on, end on baller, nick a goal for the fantasy. Well, look, Connor, I wouldn't be upset if he did. Steve says Sanchez bossed the defence against Burnley. And he did. He was, as everything football fan says, he was great, which is an improvement on what we usually see from him. We don't usually...
one moment that I actually liked from Sanchez from that game is there was one part where they were in behind, and we've seen time and time again where our defenders have given up and given them a free shot at goal. Sanchez didn't. Sanchez, with all his might, got back and slid in and got that block, and it was a perfect tackle. It was a very easy tackle to make and bring him down, and then it becomes a clumsy tackle, but he didn't. He timed the perfection, and I love that about him.
Yeah, he did. That one thing, he always has that pace, and at times he shows really good timing in his tackling, but he isn't, for me, he just isn't consistent enough to kind of be in the shout for anything like that. Wayne Bonner here says Kane's hair looks spot on. David, it's time for the Harry Kane hair prediction.
No, look, it looks good coming in off the bus. I want to see him when he walks out. That's when I'll make my prediction. Right now, it looks like he's going to score. Interesting stat as well for you, Matty. Like I said, Kane prepared today. But Harry Kane has scored 4 in his last 4 games against Fulham. So why not get another one tonight? Looking at his hair now, I think he is going to score. But I'll wait till I see him walking out that tunnel with that beautiful jersey on, nice fitted. Harry Kane, number 10, king of the lane. That's what I want to see.
Well, look, it was the last Harry that scored the winning goal last time we were at Craven Cottage in January of last year. It was actually what ended up being the final away victory in Mauricio Pochettino's Premier League management time at Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, Harry Winks getting that late goal against of course Fulham at Craven Cottage 2-1. Oh, that was it's not often I struggle to watch Spurs, but that was definitely a taxing day that time. And we're only a couple of seconds out now from lineups. It's going to be interesting. I think for me the main things to look out for are whether or not we have Dele Alli, Gareth Bale, and Toby Alderweireld, because Bale and Toby potentially rested from the weekend's game, and Dele Alli, just will he be back in the team? Is he actually in Jose Mourinho's plans as much as he says he is? It's going to be a very, very interesting one to see what happens there. The lineups should be out.
You weren't here midweek for that overhead. I was sitting here and I was saying that Matty would be loving this with his free Dele campaign.
Dele Alli starts. Come on. Dele Alli starts for Spurs. Let's run through the back to front. So we have Lloris in goal. Lucas is gone. So it starts Lloris in goal, of course, captain as always. Back four of Matt Doherty, Toby Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez, and Ben Davis. So there is rotation in the fullback area, but both Reguilon drops to the bench, or you're not in the squad at all. But Toby and Sanchez keep their place in there. It's a double pivot of Højbjerg and Ndombele. And ladies and gentlemen, the front four we have been waiting for. We've been waiting so long for this to happen. And finally, Gareth Bale, Dele Alli, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane start up top for Tottenham Hotspur. This, for me, is, aside from the fullbacks, is the best lineup Spurs could offer. But you do have to accept there is going to be rotation in the fullbacks. Haven't played Burnley on Sunday, and of course Crystal Palace next Sunday. I think having Aurier and Reguilon could be more important in that game compared to tonight's fixture, of course, against Fulham. Quick run through the bench. It is Joe Hart, Sergio Reguilon, Japhet Tanganga, Eric Dyer, Musa Sissoko, Harry Winks, Eric Lamela, Lucas Moura, and Carlos Vinicius. But David, Dele Alli starts. What do you make of that?
Yeah, no, look, I think he fully deserves to start. His attitude has been right lately. You know what I mean? He's playing with a smile on his face, most importantly. He's 2 goals and he's overhead midweek. It's hard to ignore that. It really is hard to ignore that. I did say that I do think that maybe Mourinho said, look, you know, you're playing Fulham game. That's why his attitude was good against Burnley. That obviously seems to be the case. Absolutely delighted for it. One thing I do want to say is everybody, you know, sit back, put the slippers on, put the dressing gown on, tell your partner it's red panties night, get the beers in the fridge. This is going to be exciting to watch tonight. And Marcelo, brother, if you are watching, you need to pull a sickie and you need to sit back, chill out and watch this front line go. You really do. This is going to turn from Scotty Parker to Scotty Starstruck very, very quickly with this front line. I have more to say, but take that super chat away, Matty.
Spartan 7 Gaming here with the £5 super chat says that front four, let the fun begin and come on, you Spurs. It's going to be, oh man, I actually can't wait for this game to start. But go on, David.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's going to turn from Scotty Parker to Scotty Starstruck. They won't be able to handle this front line. Baller and Højbjerg in behind them, that's a dream. That is a dream. Alvarado and Sanchez, exactly what we want. Lloris and goals, obviously. Just to touch on the 2 talking points, let's be honest, it's Doherty and Davies. Look, Aurier and Reguilon are only back from being sidelined for a long period of time. So their going time also has to be managed. I think tonight, with Fulham's sort of lack of pace, I think you'll get away with Davies and Doherty tonight. I really do. And saving Reguilon and Aurier for Palace, like we explained with Eze, Zaha, Schlupp, Townsend, the pace they have, it's wise to keep them guys fresh for Sunday. It's all about squad rotation. Jose has to do it. You know, I don't want to hear any of this after the game, even if it doesn't go our way, that, you know, oh, why did he play this player? Why did he play that player? Jose has to manage these players as well. People have to allow for that. You know what I mean? When Pochettino rotated fullbacks and all constantly, we allowed for it. It was for rotational purposes. Jose has to do the same. I'm absolutely delighted that every single one of these, especially Bale, has made himself available for today. Let's be honest, he's the one that made the call. You know, ultimately, Jose Mourinho will go to him and say, Bale, you know, do you fancy today? Bale turn around and say, if he said no, he wouldn't be playing today, be on the bench. But he obviously turned around and said, look, Jose, you know, let's go. I'm ready. I'm confident. I'm in form. And, you know, Dele, obviously, like I said, he told him Sunday, basically, look, your game is midweek. Focus, get ready. And, yeah, look, this is a really good lineup. I'm excited. Only negative is I do think when Ben Davies plays, his wing gets targeted. And I do think you'll see Fulham do that today. I really hope that they do decide to go with Josh Maja up front and not Mitrovic, because from set pieces, that guy's a handful. And I think that's the trick they missed against us last time. So I really hope he doesn't play.
Well, David, you have your wish, because Alexander Mitrovic is on the bench and Josh Maja starts for Fulham. They don't do this formation or this lineup in formation, so I'm just going to run through the players quickly. We'll take a look for a formation in a second. But from 1 to 34, it is Alphonse Areola, Joachim Andersen, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Tosin Adarabioyo, Ivan Cavallero, Mario Lamina, Ademola Lookman, Harrison Reed, Josh Maja, Anthony Robinson and Ola Aina. So I assume that is going to be a 4-5-1. Before I get into that, the BG here with the £2 super chat says, big up Harris Army. What a lineup, boys. Bale is fire. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see Bale up against this team. But David, you said you didn't want Mitrovic. We do have Josh Maja. Look, he is a fantastic footballer. He scored 2 in his debut for Fulham against Everton. So he does have the ability to put that ball in the back of the net. If we're looking at who they have out in the wings, they've Ivan Cavallero and Ademola Lookman, 2 players who, with their pace, could potentially cause problems for Davis and Doherty. But look, I say it every single watch along we do, bar against the likes of Manchester City and stuff like that. 11v11, Spurs should be winning this game very comfortably every day of the week.
Yeah, 100%. Matty, I actually have a bit on Fulham. Can I go into it?
Go ahead, 100%.
Yeah, so look, basically, just the team news on Fulham. Tom Kearney's their captain. He's out. He's in rehabilitation. He's out for a while. The reason Mitrovic is probably on the bench is because he is back from COVID. He was on the bench last week. But there was rumours that he was in contention to play today. And for me, I'm delighted that he's actually on the bench, because we know from set pieces and corners, which they're going to rely on, it's going to be massive. Sorry, let's go to Super Chat there first.
Yeah, just really quickly, Marcelo coming in with the $5 super chat. Marcelo, you're an absolute legend. Says, I don't know about you, but this Matt Hayes guy is a whole lot better at hosting than the last guy. I say we send him super chats and make him full time. Well, Marcelo, I think the last guy who was hosting was damn good at this job as well. But I certainly agree with that second shout there, lads. If you do want your comments read out and your questions answered, make sure to get in those super chats. And Marcelo, as always, thank you so much.
And just quickly, Marcelo, now that I know you are watching, I did say ring in sick and get on this watch along. You need to watch this front four tonight. But back to Fulham. So on Fulham, and their defender Congolo is out. Now, look, Fulham, they have blown in your man Joachim Anderson. He's been a massive help for them at the back. He's been a major improvement. He's one of their leaders at the minute. They also brought in Josh Maja. Josh Maja is that kid that was in the Sunderland documentary, bringing in the goals and got the move to France. From he used to play for Sunderland. That's who that kid is. You know, he does have potential. He does have goals. Look, man, he's a player. I'm not convinced on the guy, to be honest with you. You know, for me, he's a bit like a Wobie. He can do all these magic things, but ultimately they tend to end in not a lot, to be honest. Not very productive. A bit like Sarjari, you know. Looks good up until the final third, and then final third looks like they should be taking rugby conversions, then shots on goal. But anyway, back to Fulham. So, look, believe it or not, Fulham are actually in a good run of form. They're 5 unbeaten at the minute. But their issue is turning draws into wins. And let me just give you their league position and basically a bit on their league. So Fulham are in 18th place. They've played 26 games. Now, they've only won 4 games this season, but they've drew 11 and they've lost 11, picking up 23 points. Now, that just goes to show that, you know, they don't have that clinical edge. They just do not have that clinical edge. Now, when we last played them, I remember saying to you, Matty, we need to get a second, because if we score 2, it's game over. They're not scoring 2. I said they might get 1, but they're definitely not getting 2. And it proved to be the case. They got 1, and that was it. They got out there with a draw. But ultimately, look, their biggest problem is taking their chances when they do arise. So they will get 1. So if we get 2 tonight, it's game over. But look, the reason why you've seen an upturn of results from Fulham lately is because they've actually, Scotty Parker's changed it from a back 5 to a back 4. He's tried to shore it up at the back, and he's tried to get more people going forward, which means, you know, so they are creating a few more chances, and it is starting to work out in their favour. But the biggest problem is taking them chances. Mitrovic has been a huge loss for them. You know, Josh Maja, yeah, he's coming in, but he's not the answer to what Mitrovic gives them. Mitrovic is a player I'd love Tottenham to go and get. I think he'd be an absolute ideal backup. I've stated this before. I've been saying it for a long time. I would love to get Mitrovic. He's that sort of fighter. He's the aggressor. When you can put balls into the box, you know that guy's going to attack it. So that's absolutely important. And of course, Areola in goals, Matty, he's key. He's a very good goalkeeper. Mm-hmm. He's a very good goalkeeper. You know, he's one that I think a lot of clubs will be looking at maybe over the summer if they're thinking about getting in a goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. And we know Tottenham and goalkeeper, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, there's my scout watch. So I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, David. A terrific insight there that I definitely wouldn't have been able to provide on Fulham. So thank you very much for that. We have a few super chats there to get through. Shane Fleming coming in with the €3.50 saying #FreeDelhi. Shane, thank you for that. And I still don't believe you about that DM. Silver Surfer coming in with 179 rupees. Thank you so much for that. And Louis coming in with the €5 super chat saying smash that like button. Come on, you Spurs. Everyone make sure to get down there, smash that like button. If you're happy with the lineup, we're at 57 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100. If you're happy to see Bale, Dele and Son starting, make sure to smash that like button and let's get up there as soon as possible. Jasmine is definitely happy, saying happy he's starting. Dark Sung G says, Matt, isn't this your first watch along after Dele's return? I think I was there for the first one that he played, the first leg against Wolfsburg. Didn't he come on that? But this is definitely my first one since he's properly back in the team. And look, this is Dele's first start since the opening day of the Premier League season. It is huge to have him back in there. Paul here says, the fact that the pitch of the Cottage is very tight, that could limit our ability to stretch their defence. Going for a 3-1 Spurs prediction there. Well, look, I hope you're definitely right with that prediction. And I think Spurs will have a bit too much there for that, regardless of with the pitch and all that. But it is, of course, a good point. Fulham.
Yeah, no, look, to be fair to Paul, it's actually a very good point. But, Matty, we have the likes of Gareth Bale, Son, Harry Kane, even Dele Alli, you've seen it. They can strike balls from distance. So, they're well capable of a thunderbolt or two and putting this game to bed that easy.
Mm-hmm. I fully agree. Spartan sent a game in here with 5 pounds, says David, dropping the knowledge. Well, look, that's what we come to expect when David Harris is on the live stream. Always dropping plenty of knowledge for us to do. We have Leland saying, looking forward to this, lads. I think the lads will deliver tonight. And Wayne says, David, you should make your scouting analysis a regular segment on your channel. Good to see you back, Matt. I think David should definitely do that. And Wayne, it's so good to be back. Thank you for that.
I actually done it on my preview yesterday. I done a lot of scouting for this show, my preview yesterday. You weren't there yesterday, Wayne, but look, I'll be going live tonight, so make sure you get over and enjoy what I have to say after the game. I'm sure I'll have one or two people on that everybody will enjoy. But anyway, back to the most important thing, this watch around. Let's go.
Absolutely. Make sure to head over there to David after this stream. We've Holly here tuning in saying, what a lineup. But look, to the channel members, the link to join the call-in show is now in the members-only community feed. So if you want to head over there, you can click in that link and you can come in here and have your say about Spurs, the starting lineup and your predictions for this game. And we might as well get straight into that. We got our first channel member here. It's Aravind. Aravind, how are you doing?
Hi. Hello. Looks like a strong starting lineup today with Kane, Dele, Son. Should be a lot of goals. If we keep our defensive duties properly without making any silly mistakes at the back, I think so we can bag in a really good score, like a 2-0 or a 3-0 easily. And hopefully we know that Bale is back at form, and if Dele can also get his scoring boots in the Premier League, then it might be a huge score tonight, and it's a huge statement if they win. I'm really confident today after the Burnley win. I'm just happy that Bale is back in form. He can do it today. Another brace or another goal, and Ali getting an assist or a goal. It'll be a really good day to sum it off. It's just our defense. We should not make any defensive mistakes and be concentrated and not concede any goals in early stages. If we get an early goal in this match, I think so it's a game set match today. So hopefully a 2-0 or a 3-0 tonight.
Yeah, I fully agree with you on that one. I think an early goal could set Fulham's hopes a long way back for this one. But you mentioned Dele Alli there. It is his first start for Spurs since the opening day of the Premier League season when we lost 1-0 to Everton. I think it's fair to say a lot has changed since that moment. But what do you make of Dele Alli's inclusion in the starting 11 tonight?
I feel that since that game in Wolfsburg, like in terms of, even though it's a low opposition, the way he was playing with that confidence just shows that he's back into the stage. Like for these players, it's not the quality they need; it's just the confidence they need to have, because we know what they can do on the pitch. The same for Bale. So when they have the quality, when they have the confidence, they can deliver it. So hopefully we can see. And he actually played a good role after he came in the Burnley after even though he scored 3 goals. He was really fresh. He was moving the ball faster. He was trying to join the attack much eagerly. So he's actually looks like he's back in form, but he needs to show it today. He needs to bring in a huge statement to Mourinho that yes, I need to start week in and week out. And it's a huge day for Dele Alli to show that he is capable to start with these people and come back to the lineup and seal his place. I really feel so. If he comes back to the form, he should root his place over the who's been performing well. But yeah, it's a huge day for him today, and I'm really confident he can deliver.
Yeah, I really hope he does, because it's, I'm a huge fan of Dele Alli, and to finally see him back in there is great for me. But on the point of the fullbacks there's Matt Doherty and Ben Davies starting there, of course, rotating from Serge Aurier and Reguilon. Reguilon does make the bench, but Aurier is completely out of this squad. Are you concerned about Doherty and Davies up against the likes of Ademola Lookman and Ivan Cavallero?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned before, that we need to keep a defensive duties there. But look, it's not really a good, when you look at a defense, it's not much something of a huge difference when you take out Reguilon, because he's much more attacking compared to Davies, and Doherty's not been up to the mark. It's a question mark over there. Yeah, that's true. But I think so. Mourinho has thought in terms of there's a important game on Monday. We can't overlook on players for each and every game, and everyone needs to give in a fair chance. So that's nothing wrong in playing these players, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if we can get that early goal, then it will build more confidence in a defensive lineup, and it pressurize the Fulham to come to score the equalizer, and that will give more open. And I think, but they need to play a huge part over that. If we keep concentrated and go in the first half, really concentrated and score that one goal, I think so we can seal off this match. So it's all on who gets the first goal in the match. That decides the whole game.
Yeah, I think it does. We sometimes struggle when we do score first, but I think against a team like this, if we get that early goal, I think we could really go out with the confidence we have from our last couple of games. We could hurt them. I just want to take a few super chats here before we get a score prediction off you, Aravind. Jordan Stevens coming in with the £5 super chat says, "Love the stream as usual, lads. Good to be back talking all things Spurs. Thank you very much." Jordan says, "Should have this one in the bag. Only reservations I have are on the fullbacks." Awesome All with the $5 super chat says, "Today should determine what happens to Delhi. Playing good football is moving the ball on quickly. My rules is 5 to 7 seconds max to hold on to the ball." And I agree with that. I've said about Dele Alli, he will take the risky pass. He'll try and flick it around the corner. But, if he loses the ball 9 times out of 10, if that 10th time he puts Harry Kane in on goal, for me, it's worth it because Harry Kane will probably put that ball in the back of the net. But Aravind, on Harry Kane, of course, got a goal against Burnley on Sunday. His assists have kind of dried up lately, but he's still one of the best in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true. He just needs to get the proper service. Then he's just going to put it in the back of the net. And just to say, like, it's good to have, like, now we're not when we have these two players who can set up and score goals, that actually there's less pressure on Son to Kane even if they have a bad day, because we know that either Bale or Dele Alli is stepping up. So it's a huge day if these guys start to score. Then for more than this match, it's going to be a crucial season for us in the rest of this matches coming to the Europa League and all these players. So they played a huge part, and late fire of Lucas Moura is also helping us. So it's end of the string of the season where we're seeing a lot of players coming back to the form, and it's good. And having cup games like against Manchester City and the Europa League, it's going to help us a lot. It's a statement today. If Dele Alli and Gareth Bale fires today, it's not about this match. It's going to give a huge boost in the upcoming matches, and it's going to help us a lot. And we may, let's see what happens. But still, we are in the top 4 days. It's just 6 points away. We just need to be concentrated and winning all the matches and not think over it.
Absolutely, I fully agree with you on that one, Aravind. We've Stephen in the live chat saying this guy knows his stuff, and I fully agree on that one. We've Rato here, the $5 super chat says, "The back four is scaring me, but this is the front five we've been demanding." I fully agree on that one, Aravind. It's a front five that excites everybody, but we're going to have to take your score prediction for this game tonight.
I'm going for a 3-1. We may concede one depending upon defense. I'm not too confident, but a 3-1 score. Bale, Kane, Son for the score.
I'd love to see that. That would certainly be a magical night. Anyway, Aravind, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you as always, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. See you.
Big up, Aravind.
We've got quite a few members here lining up, so we're going to bring our next one on straight away. We've Fen from Everything Football. Fen, how are you?
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Well, Fen, we'll jump straight into that lineup. Dele, Bale, Son, Kane. What do you make of it?
I mean, it's the team that we wanted, really. Apart from, I think, the defence, possibly the wing backs, but everything else, I mean, that's perfect, right? Yeah,
it's just an exciting lineup to have these four playing up front there together. What do you make on Dele getting his first start since the opening day of the season?
I mean, I think it's a confidence booster today. If he does bring in a goal, bring something to the team that we haven't really seen before, then I mean that's brilliant. And if he can get all 90 minutes, then that's perfect. That
would be ideal. I think getting that fitness back for him would be absolutely really important. And as Aravind said there, as we are moving into the latter stages of the season, there are players who are looking to find some form now and do need to get some fitness back as well for that. But one of the players who seems a step ahead of everybody else is Gareth Bale, getting his double against Burnley on Sunday. As David said a while ago, 7 goal contributions in 4 games. How excited are you about our Welsh wizard for the end of the season?
I mean, I just hope we can get him on a permanent at the end of the year. That's all I want now. If he can carry on this run of form, then, I mean, there's no doubt that we should be going in for him at the end of the season.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. Look, he's been crucial. Do you think maybe Lucas, it was harsh on Lucas missing out tonight? Because one thing I noticed that he gave us on the press, he gave us a lot of energy on the press, which meant we could press the Burnley back 4, which meant they weren't able to get out with the ball, which meant they ended up kicking it long a lot of the time when we just took possession off them, which ultimately, worked out in our favour. Do you think maybe, hopefully, do you think Dele can bring the same job that Lucas done to the press and not let Fulham settle on the ball?
I'm not sure Dele is as hard-working as Lucas. I think Lucas is the most hard-working player in our team, I'll be honest. And I think the way that he operates in that cam roll. I think that was great, and it worked against Burnley. But I mean, I think we could be missing that today. But Dele's got to put in a great shift. So yeah, I expect him to.
What do you make of Toby and Sanchez back in 2 games in a row now at centre half together?
I think it's good because we're getting more used to playing with the same centre backs. I didn't like it when we were chopping and changing every single week because you never trust anyone. Whereas now we start playing the same centre backs, we start to trust different players as fans and the manager as well.
Yeah, I agree on that one. Look, I suppose before we let you go, Fen, a score prediction. It's going to be an interesting game for us tonight. Do you think Spurs can get to 3 points?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 3-1.
3-1. Who's your goal scorers?
I think Kane will get 2 and Son will get 1 as well.
I love it. The magic 2 back in the score sheet together. Anyway, Fen, thank you so much for your call today. Thoroughly enjoyed it as always.
Thank you.
And hopefully Spurs will get that win. See you.
Come you go. See you.
Look, we have a few members here waiting, so we'll get Amir on straight away. Amir, how are you today?
I'm doing well, matey. How are you getting on?
I'm all good. If you can't tell, I'm quite happy with that lineup that we've seen. What do you make of that starting 11 anyway, first of all?
That's the team I want to see, obviously, apart from the wing backs, but we've got to save them. We've got to keep them fresh, for the next few games. So I understand that decision fully. But in terms of the front 5, you got to give them a chance. Let them see what they can do, hopefully get a few early goals and just kill the game before the end of the first half. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Imagine watching a Spurs game and actually being relaxed in the second half. It's a strange feeling. You're going to say there, David?
Yeah, no, look, it's a great point to touch on. Look, it's about being clinical today. We've more than enough firepower there and composure in front of goal for these guys to not be snatching at chances and really be ruthless and take them today.
Yeah, putting that ball in the back of the net is, we can create the chances all we want, but of course getting it in there is the most important thing. The fullbacks, Amir, are you confident?
Look, like they're professionals. At the end of the day, Doherty's come in from Wolves where he did great. Davies is, he's been doing a job for us this season. He has, made a few mistakes like most of the defenders have. But, if they're professional about it, they go out, they do their business and they make sure those crosses don't come in the box because Fulham are dangerous. Fulham have got some good young players that know how to whip in a good ball. So, their role's going to be highly important in the game today.
Absolutely. And for me, it's with Cavallero and Lookman on either side. I think there is a bit of concern there that Fulham could catch us. As you say, they're good going forward. Josh Maja in there, he could get a goal out of absolutely nothing, which is of course a concern for us. But we should have enough there to keep him out in that one. I just want to touch on Hugo Lloris, Amir, because on Sunday he became only the 8th goalkeeper in Premier League history to register 100 clean sheets for a single Premier League club, joining Joe Hart, who of course is already on that list with Manchester City as well. What are your thoughts on Hugo Lloris, and do you think he has a long-term future at Spurs?
A long-term future, let's be quite honest about it, probably not because of his age, right? We need to be looking for a replacement, but that's not to say Lloris has been a great captain for us. He's certainly served us well. He's made some incredible saves over the years, and he's kept the clean sheets, like you said. So, we can't look at him for the long-term future, but could he stay for another season or two? If he's, cuts out the mistakes that he's been making and he's looking fresh, then why not?
Exactly.
To be honest, I actually think that depends on what we win this season. I think that'll decide Hugo's future, to be honest.
No, I think you're right. David, like at the end of the day, right, he's coming towards the end of his career. He might even want to go back to France and just, have a few seasons with one of the clubs that he loves over there. So, we should be looking for that replacement, really. Yeah,
no, look, 100% I agree with you. It's something that, I've actually been saying this since the summer on platforms, basically saying, that Hugo Lloris's contract is coming up. He's getting older. He's not going to get any better than what he is now. And look, he's already won a World Cup. For me, it comes to a situation where it's more so that he's sitting there thinking, like, right, if we don't win anything, you know what I mean? Maybe I might just go to PSG for a year or two, see it out, win a couple of trophies and retire. Or if we win something, maybe it might give him a new energy for another challenge at Tottenham. That I think that's what it depends on. I really do think it depends on what direction we go from here to the end of the season.
And Amir, I suppose we'll touch on that. What direction do you think Spurs will go towards the end of the season? Are you thinking top 4? Are you thinking trophies?
wishful thinking and hope says both, but we got to be realistic. I think one of the trophies has to come home, whether it's the Europa League. Obviously, we prefer the Europa League. Carling Cup and the League Cup, and not a top four finish. For me, it's not a great season at all. I think we do need to be hitting that top four, and I think it's very doable. We've got a game in hand. We've got a good fixture list coming up, so I think it's all open, this season for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. That's kind of what I've been saying. It's not a probability, but it is a possibility. And in this season, anything could happen. But Amir, before we let you go, what's your score prediction for this game tonight, and who do you think is going to be on the score sheet for Spurs?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4-1, lads. I'm gonna go 4-1. I think Bale's gonna get a goal. Kane, hopefully Songy as well. And just before I go, Matty, I just want to give a quick plug to our channel, the Open Peace Podcast channel, guys. We're trying to get Israelis and Palestinians together here. Do you know what I mean? We're nearly hitting 100 subs, guys. So please get on over there, subscribe to the Open Peace Podcast, and come on, you Spurs. Thanks a lot, lads. Let's go.
Come on.
Thanks, Amir. I hope to talk to you again soon. Cheers. See you.
Thank you.
Everyone, of course, recommend go over there and checking out Amir's podcast. A very good topic there in that one. I just do want to say as well, there's almost 400 people watching live right now, which is a crazy number for a little Irish Spurs fan like myself. So please, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button for watch-alongs, the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, reviews, previews, anything you could want from a Spurs channel. And hit that like button as well if you are enjoying that stream. We're on 106 likes now, so let's see if we can get to 150 before the end of the member call-in shows. But
I want to smash records.
I
want over 350 likes on this stream. There's 400 watching. Let's break some records today. Let's do it. Look, it's a London derby. Let's get up for this. Let's get in, get the support in, smash that like button. That's what I want. We're taking a trip down to the River Thames today, a nice scenic view. We're going to play in a little cottage, and at the end of the day, we should be smashing these up. So smash that like button if you want to Tottenham win.
Absolutely. I think as Marcelo always says, smash that subscribe button, or else Frank Lampard will become your manager. I think that's enough to convince anybody to hit that button. But let's get Will in here for his thoughts on that game. Will, how are you today?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
How are you, Will?
Good. That lineup, Will, it's a beauty, isn't it?
The front's great. I'm not excited about the wing backs. I'll be willing to give them a shot, but it's concerning for sure.
Do you think Caballero and Lookman could expose those fullbacks?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, if some agricultural workers can do it on Thursday nights, why can't Fulham?
I actually know what the problem is with Will, to be honest with you. Will, you seem a bit deflated, and I think is it the Dele and Lucas? Is it the Dele and Lucas situation that's going on that has you a bit down?
No. I
know you were a big campaigner of Lucas for that number 10 spot.
Well, that's just because he's been playing really well there, right? So, yeah. I mean, Dele, when he's on form, right? If you go back to like peak Dele from, 2017 or something like that, then I would choose Dele over Lucas in that position all day long. I'd have no problem giving Dele a go there. But if things aren't going well, he comes out quick. If I was Jose Mourinho, right? I'd be like, I'll put you in there, but you better show me what you got, or you're coming right back out. So
how long do you think Dele Alli has to prove himself, given that it's been so long since he's actually been in the starting 11? As we said, since the opening day against Everton, he's going to be lacking match fitness. He's going to be lacking sharpness. How long would you give him to prove that he is ready to be back in this team?
Well, I think today is really his big shot, right? Like if he's going to do it, today's got to be the day that he's going to do it, because, he got almost a full 90 minutes in the Europa League, and then 20, 30 minutes, last match. So he should be 70, 80% match fit, right? And if he doesn't continue to improve on what he's had in the last couple of appearances, then I think he's going to struggle to get back into the side for a while. Maybe not with the fixture run that we have is fairly easy. And if if Bale continues to perform like he has, then we can, build up and get early leads, then he may come back into the side a couple other times. But Yeah, I think I'm patient with the guy. I mean, I think I've defended Dele over David and Marcelo a couple times on David's show.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, let's see, you know, I'm really harsh on Lamella, but that's because over the last 4 or 5 seasons he hasn't produced anything. That's not really the case for Dele. Dele's a little bit shorter. It's only been about 18 months that he's been struggling, not 4 years, right? So 2 full years, I guess, is where my grace ends. So yeah,
you couldn't wait to get the Lamella one in there.
I was waiting for it. I'm surprised it took that long, Will, I'll be honest. Look, I just want to say we have hit 150 likes. Thank you to everyone who has smashed that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 before we even kick off. That would be absolutely insane. But Will, I like Lamella. And I hope this doesn't make you leave the membership or leave the channel or anything like that. I think Lamella is a player who offers something a little bit different. He's a Mourinho type player, you know, of course, getting Martial sent off against Manchester United. He's not the traditional player. He's not going to go out and get 20 goals or assists in a season. But I think when things are going a bit wrong, he's the type of player who can come on and really get stuck in. And against the likes of Burnley or West Brom, he can kind of be that player to match their physicality. But you don't see any value in him at all, do you?
No, I do see a value in him. I see a value in him in as when we're 2 or 3-0 up and you need someone with fresh legs to come in and cause havoc. But honestly, I think he'd be a better number 8, or maybe even a better right back than a winger. To be honest with you,
any right back at this stage will be better than Matt Doherty. But here we are as he starts tonight. Aaron Fernandez here makes the point that Ndombele would be crucial if we're to win tonight. Tight spaces he excels in. What have you made of the partnership that Højbjerg and Ndombele have created together in the middle of the park?
I think it's been good so far. I don't know if it's necessarily taken Ndombele a little bit out of the limelight, I guess you could say, right? The farther back you go, the less number of exceptional touches, right? Defenders and defensive midfielders tend to get a little more touches in general just because of the nature of the game, but they're not as, I guess you could say, creative or as press-worthy as the touches that you get further up the pitch. I would rather, honestly, I mean, if as the team grows and say we get in some really strong defenders, I'd rather see the team move to a more of a 4-3-3 type of formation where the 2 center mids have a little more license to get forward and join in the attack versus having two people in the double pivot that tend to be a little bit more holding. I think that would be a lot. Then I think his skills will really come to shine, and you'll be able to see what he can really do. So,
yeah, I agree with you on that one, Will. But look, we have another channel member waiting to come on. So before we do let you go, let's get that score prediction and who you think could be on the score sheet for Spurs, if anybody. You never know, you might say 1-0 Fulham.
No, before today, I was going to say 3-0. I think it's what I said on We Are Tottenham TV yesterday. But with the fullbacks, I think I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I think I'm going to go 3-1. So
3-1. Who's scoring for Spurs?
Harry Kane needs a brace. 2 goals and an assist. My fantasy football team needs that push for the triple captain. So,
got triple captain on Kane. I love it.
Yeah.
Got your results for that one on Sunday in a double game week. But look, Will, thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate your call in as always, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Yep, absolutely.
Look, before we get on the next channel member, I just want to reiterate again, there's 400 people watching. Crazy numbers. To every single one of you who is watching, thank you so much for the support. I hope you're enjoying the channel. If you are new to the channel, and I'm sure there is a lot of you there, but 50% of the viewers on these are usually unsubscribed. So if you do want to subscribe to the channel for these watch-alongs for every single Spurs game, we have the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast. We have previews, reviews, really special guests on as often as I can get them. And there's a big announcement coming soon as well. So please do make sure to smash that subscribe button, and I promise you won't regret it. And one person that you might get to see in this channel quite a bit is our next channel member on. It's Lily White Lane. How are you today, Robbie?
Yeah, all good. I just heard Will talking about his fantasy football Premier League. I myself triple captain Phil Foden, and he didn't even play on Tuesday. So you know, it's a bit of a different one, but I felt like Pep, you never really know with a Pep player, but I I'll stick him in there. No, he doesn't even play him. But apart from that, as I say, I'm looking forward to the game. And what is it now? 25 minutes, as I say. I think it's going to be it's going to be a very, very tough game. But as I say, how are you guys?
Yeah, we're all good. All good. Glad to see you here.
All
David,
good,
how are you? Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Honestly, I'm so excited. I can't wait. You know I love a watch along. You know I literally live for watching Tottenham play. So I'm fully excited.
Yeah, we got a super chat here from Jiminy coming in with 15 Australian dollars. Says, this front four is the one I've wanted to see for so long. It feels so surreal. My sixth sense was tingling and woke me up. I'm glad I woke up now. Also, it's smart of Jose to test the front four in this game. Look, Jiminy, I saw your comment at the beginning saying you probably wouldn't be awake, but it's good to see you here. And thank you very much for the super chat as always. Smart for Jose to test the front four. I agree. You know, it's not a game where we need to be 100% at our full strength to win this game. We should win it regardless of that. But Robbie, Dele, Bale, Son, Kane, what do you think?
Bale, Kane and Son for me, it's inevitable. It's the one that we needed to go with. I thought maybe we could see Bale drop and saving him for Sunday, but thank God he's actually playing. When it comes to Dele Alli, I'm really tired of this one. I think you give him a chance tonight, he doesn't perform, you drop him. Because I look at Dele Alli as a player. He's got an attitude, he's got an ego, he's got a chip on his shoulder. And the guy's been let off for bad performances for the past 3 years. You know, he had a brilliant first 2 seasons, but since then he's been really, really sloppy. When Jose first came in, he had a good 2 weeks and then slowed down. And I think what's given Dele that chip on his shoulder is Pochettino let him get away with these bad performances. You know, because he's still playing week in, week out because of the lack of investment. Now we've got other options, the like of Lucas Moore and Lamella who can play there. That's why Dele's not getting game time. And I think he's got an ego. But for him starting in this game, it's a whole different story for him coming off the bench. I think he can impress today, but I think Bale's going to be key. I don't know what's woken him up this season. I think, you know, I can see he's not smiling when he's sitting on the bench anymore. And he's just been fantastic since last Thursday, as I say. So really, really excited to see Bale again. But when it comes to Dele, I don't know. Just really hoping he performs tonight.
Well, his hair looks good tonight, lads.
we're on this early. Robbie, we have a lot of people here asking if you're the ball boy from the Olympiacos game.
No, that isn't me. I wish it, I'll tell you what, I wish it was me, but no, it wasn't. It isn't me. It's a decent comparison though, but as I say, you know, I think I miss the Champions League, honestly. I really miss the Champions League.
Don't worry, lad. It's coming back. You know, just sit back, right this season out. Next season, we're back in the big time, where we expect to be and where we belong. It's about time we restored some order around London. It really is. It really is about time we restored some order in the capital. You know, you have Arsenal crowing, you have Fulham. You know. Look, Fulham embarrassed me last time. I was out here giving it like, you know, let's give Scotty a wedgie, you know, let's give him a nuggie like the playground bully. You know what I mean? But I want revenge today. I want revenge and I want to restore some fucking order in this capital city. That's what I want to do. It's Tottenham's. It's ours. And let's start with tonight. Then we take Palace. We give that Eagle a 6-1-9. And then, you know, we go on to Gunnosaurus. And I want to Royal Rumble with that guy because I want to rip his head off. Let's go. This is the start of a glorious period for this club.
I can't wait for that. We've Ali Akintunde here saying he subscribed. Thank you very much for that, Ali. Really appreciate it. We've had 15 people subscribe since the beginning of the watch along. So please smash that subscribe button and let me know in the chat if you have done so. And I'll give you a shout out as I have done for Ali. Robbie, one player that has definitely split opinion is this man, Hugo Lloris. And we've got your opinion on him a bit in the past, but the 8th goalkeeper to reach 100 clean sheets for a single Premier League club. It is a sensational record for him. What are your thoughts on him going towards the last couple of months of the season?
Look, I think Hugo served this club for 8 years, and I think those 8 years have been absolutely phenomenal from him. He's been fantastic, you know, made so many crucial saves, penalty saves that you imagine some of these saves nearly ended, you know, if they went into the back of the net, they nearly ended our season. That Arsenal, you know, that penalty save that everyone remembers, you know, that save off the line, you know, so many great memories. But for me, I'll tell you what you do with Hugo. You let him have a good rest of the season, and then I say we see if we can sell him in the summer for a good amount of money. A good amount of money, maybe to a Paris Saint-Germain under Pochettino. I think that's just a fairy tale ending for me. And then this is the bit that the board don't understand, because they understand the first bit, but the bit they don't understand is, and then after we do that, I say we invest in a top-tier goalkeeper. Someone like, you know, Dean Henderson, I'm not too keen on him, but someone such as Areola even, Kasper Schmeichel, you know, One of them two, I think they'd be phenomenal. Even Nick Pope.
The only issue with that, Don Robbie, is that look, the thing is, Hugo Lloris, come this summer, he has 1 year left on his contract. If he doesn't sign, we're not getting big money. We're put in a position where it's a Christian Eriksen where we take, 15, 20 mil, and then either he goes for nothing in the summer to PSG. So, like, regardless, like, we're going to have to replace him with a top-notch goalkeeper. So that money's going to have to come from somewhere, and the board are going to have to find it. They're not going to get it just off selling Hugo Lloris because, of course, it's going to be a cut price fee when he's only a year left on his contract.
Yeah, that is true. I just want to say we have a few people here. Danny Martin said he just subbed to keep up the great work. We've Bassem as well saying I subscribe. Thank you very much to the two of you. I think that's all we have in there for now anyway. A point here, Robbie, about Joe Rodon. Caleb asking why isn't Rodon on the bench? Why do you think we're not seeing him near the team?
Look, I honestly have a clue. For me, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think we only know 10% of what goes on behind the scenes. I think he may have had an argument or something with Jose Mourinho because he's nowhere near the team. The guy's a talent. And you can't really say you're resting him for the second half of the season because we're in the second half of the season. Obviously, for me, he'd be playing if he was picked in the Europa League squad. But I really do think that's a weird one. But I just want to touch on that goalkeeper thing I was saying. The issue is with this board. If we wanted to buy Nick Pope, I reckon Daniel Levy would quite literally offer a packet of pork scratchings and a pint of lager because he's that tight with his money. So I think when it comes to investment, I've said it before, this summer's absolutely huge. We do need to find long-term replacements. But going back to what you said there, Joe Rodon, for me, there's no two ways about it. We bought him in, he's a talent. But let's be 100% honest here. He's not Jose's player. He's the board player. Jose wanted Skriniar. Jose's main priority was Skriniar, and he didn't get Skriniar. He got Joe Rodon. Now, I don't have an issue with Joe Rodon, but you have to look at it as it's Jose Mourinho's. It's not his signing. For me, only 2 of the 7 players were his signings. And for me, he's gotten the most out of Joe Rodon, made a couple individual mistakes. You can't blame him. The guy's young. He's talented. And I think you just give him some time. But I honestly think there's been something going on, that we don't know about between them two.
Yeah, potentially. And look, we obviously don't want that to happen, but I don't think it'd be particularly surprising. We've El Padrino here saying, yeah, I subbed and I don't even support Spurs, but the show's been top notch. Thanks to the guys who smashed the like button for it to pop up in my recommendations feed. Well, El Padrino, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. As you say, for those of you, everyone who does smash that like button, it helps push this video out to more and more people. So please, if you are enjoying it, make sure to smash that like button. We've Eden Halperin saying, I subscribe as well. And Darth Vader saying he's sub too. So thank you everyone who is subscribing there.
Tell you that, it's that scout report, lad. It got out, word got out.
It's all you,
David. The most amazing analysis. They have the Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, the YouTube world. The word got out, lad.
Well, look what we say. We're the best watch along out here. Alan Skull says, Alan from Austria Spurs here have just subscribed. Nice channel, lads. Thank you very much, Alan. Really appreciate that. A Cohen with the £2 super chat says, can we get Arthur and his missus for the halftime show? Look, Arthur is absolutely welcome on this channel whenever he wants to come on. So definitely, if he's around, we'd love to have him on.
Arthur still. We haven't seen Arthur since he started celebrating Red Panty Night the other night. So we haven't seen him since. He's probably still celebrating.
We have Jimmy saying, I don't think Rodon is a necessary asset to a Jose team. James Watson says, I subbed. Leland says 200 likes and 2 Gooner trolls disliking the stream. Look, the dislikes do exactly the same for me as the likes do. So if you are actually at 200 likes, I didn't even see that. Thank you very much, everyone. As we're at 206 likes, that is absolutely crazy. Thank you, everyone.
Let's get to 350. We want records. We're record breakers tonight.
Let's get 350. As Steve says there, there's a guy that knows how YouTube works getting those like buttons to come in the recommended feed. Chris G says just subscribed from St. Lucia, Caribbean. Chris, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate that. Everyone, let us know where you're watching from, what corner of the globe you are tuning in from today. Of course, I'm in Ireland, David's in Ireland, and Robbie is in England. So please let us know in that live chat where you are tuning in from. Robbie, score predictions.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. For me, there's 3 ways this goes down. I don't see Fulham winning. 1, it's a 0-0 draw, right? 2, we narrowly beat them. Or 3, we absolutely smash them. We turn them into Ralph Hasenhüttl. We turn them into Southampton. We get a good 7 goals. And I'm not even joking when I say that, because we know this team can turn it on. If we get an early goal, that is a possibility. But honestly, I think they're going to keep it tight in this game. As I say, could end 0-0, that's definitely a possibility. But my score prediction for this one has to be 2-1 Spurs. I think we'll score 2, then concede. never back us to keep a clean sheet. To be fair, though, we have kept one in our last 2 games. So fair play to the guys out there. And I think Sanchez, and this is something that I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys think if Sanchez can now turn it on for the rest of the season, do you guys think he belongs in that first team? And maybe, we only have to buy in one new centre-half in the summer transfer window?
Do you want to take that one, David?
Yeah, look, first of all, I just want to say quickly, I'm jealous of all these new subscribers. If you like this, the content today, just head over to the Irish Hotspur and throw out a sub on that channel as well, and then come straight back here, or even just keep the name in mind and go at the end of this watch along and put a sub on it. I greatly appreciate it as well. Matty, you're making me jealous. You're killing it today. On that question, look, for me, when you're looking at it as a business sense, not what us fans want. Us fans know we want to clear out centre-backs and get new ones in. But in a business sense, is it realistic? No. So for me, Dyer or Sanchez, one of them are gone in the summer. And for me, look, Dyer was handed a new contract. I think it's going to be harder to sell him than what it is Sanchez. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Sanchez go. But I genuinely do think, in terms of Mourinho's plans, it's whoever takes this chance between now and the end of the season for me. Honestly, that's my opinion on it. Sanchez's biggest problem is consistency. It always has been. He switches off. He can do some great things, and then he has 2 moments where he just switches off like a shithouse, and then we're two down. This is the problem with the guy. If he can find consistency between now and then, for me, he stays. But you're still going to need to bring in a centre back. I do think bringing in one centre back is very realistic in the summer transfer window. 2, if it happened, I'd be absolutely over the moon. I'm not messing. You know what I mean? I'll be sitting here doing a 2-hour stream just telling people how excited I am. But 1 is realistic. 1 is needed, and I definitely think you see 1 over the line. 2, like I said, it means we mean business.
Absolutely. I think we do need to bring in a couple of centre backs on that question. Because Davinson Sanchez, look, he's a good footballer, but he's not. I think he'd do well at an Everton or a West Ham or maybe even a Leicester, but at Spurs, our aims are too high to have a man as error prone as him in that team. Vam Shadar with the £5 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Vam Shadar says, "Hey Matt, Mr. Irish, Mr. Analysis. I'm confident in this game and prediction is 3-1. Come on, you Spurs." Look, I hope you're right in that one, Vam Shadar. But again, thank you very much for the super chat there. We have a comment a second ago saying, Wayne says, "Our fan base is all over the globe. World domination at its finest." Motor City Spur Dillingham says, "Already subscribed. Great content from Detroit. Come on, you Spurs 3-0. Thank you very much for that one." And El Padrino says he's gone over and subscribed to the Irish Hotspur. Link for David's channel is in the description below. Anyone, if you are heading over, maybe a little bit easier for you to go over in that way. But look, Robbie, thank you very much for calling in today. It was wonderful having you on as always. We're going to let you go because I know you want to go and watch the game. But do you want to give a quick plug to your channel before you go?
Yeah, no worries. Beforehand, do you mind if I read out a couple of stats I've actually written down before this?
Absolutely.
That's
go for
it. Sorry, because is it all right if Robbie can stay just for 2 minutes? I just have to head to the Jacks, so it's perfect that he has stats.
Perfect. Love it.
Right, so there's just a couple I've actually got here. So Fulham have scored 21 goals all season so far, and Spurs have scored double that in 41. Fulham have the 10th best pass completion rate this season. Fulham goalkeeper Areola has the 7th most saves out of any keeper this season, so a decent save percentage. Fulham have conceded 29 goals this season. Fulham head into this fixture having won 4 games yet lost 10 this season. And Fulham have conceded only 1 goal, I believe, in their last 5 games.
1 goal in the last 5. Oof. That's the thing. They're draw merchants. And I said that. I remember when we played them at Royal Stadium earlier in the season. I think they'd drawn like 6 of the last 7 games or something. They don't win games, but they're really, really tough to beat. It's not easy to, especially go to Craven Cottage as well and get that 3 points. But what player do you think would have to be bang on form? Like, who's our most important player to come out of this one with 3 points tonight?
Look, I think Ben Davies needs to be crucial. I think he needs to stay in position because you look at their wingers and you look at the likes of Cavallero, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, never really made it at Chelsea, but he's doing really, really well right now for them. You look at, as I say, Cavallero, Ademola Lookman, fantastic play. They've got 2 strong centre-halves. And I think the spaces we can exploit are their wings, and especially with Bale and Son, if we can keep our midfield line and defensive line close. And it all depends on the way we actually, to look at it from a tactical standpoint, it all depends on the way we kind of set up for this game. Obviously, looking at the formation by the looks of it, we are going to play very expansive and similar to the Burnley game. But as I say, I think Fulham, something I've always respected about Scott Parker, I think I admire his tactics in the way that he will sit back and go and basically get the ultimate smash and grab. A bit like Burnley, but a lot more expansive. So I do respect Scott Parker. Wouldn't ever want him at Tottenham, some people say, but as I say, but I think they play a nice style of football, like to keep possession, as I say, pass it around the field. But they're going to be dangerous players. But for us, Ben Davies needs to be key today. He needs to be. He just needs to not get spun, really. Because right now, I reckon my granny could go over to the Tottenham Hotspur station, go all the way over to Craven Cottage and actually spin him with a jam sandwich in her hands. Because it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. But for us, I think we need. I think we need Bale, Son and Kane really up top, and including Dele Alli to actually, give us some star power up there and put the ball into the back of the net pretty much. But as I say, it's been a pleasure coming on, Matty. As I say, I do have to head off right now. But
yeah, of course.
If you do like the sound of my channel, please go ahead and check me out on YouTube, Lily White Lane, all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur content, previews, reviews, live match build-ups, player ratings, the whole shebang. So make sure to smash that subscribe button, guys. As I say, it's been a pleasure coming on, David and Matt. And as always, come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks so much, Robbie. We got James here saying our front three must be clinical. Shouldn't be a hard game, but can turn into one really fast with missed chances. Jimmy says 6-0 Spurs. No way we get a low-scoring game with that front four. He also says Fulham are prepared, but they aren't Dele, Son, Kane and Bale front four repaired. Matthew Collins here with the £2 super chat says, hi Matty, the Irish Hotspur, get subbing. Come on, you Spurs. Thank you very much for that, Matthew. Really do appreciate that. David, just I'm about to get the stream ready. The traditional question, are the nerves creeping in?
Yeah, no, you may as well just change that question to David. How confident are you? Because honestly, I'm never nervous. Look, especially not with this front four and the two boys in behind them. The fact that like Bale and all have stepped up over the week, it's took the spotlight off Højbjerg and Ndombele, which means they've just been able to get on with their job. So they're crucial in this as well. So for me, look, I'm very confident. I'm never nervous. I love this team. I believe every game we can win. Every game. It doesn't matter. It's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes of 22 men running around the field, and it's up to which 11 want it more. That's what it comes down to: is what 11 want it more. Now, when you have 22 men, you have two opposite teams, and usually what happens is you have two teams that want it. But when both teams want it, the team with the most quality, 9 times out of 10, end up winning the game. And that's what Tottenham should be doing in these sort of games. It's that simple. Fulham can come as prepared as they want. Scotty Parker can have all the boys out on the training ground, can have all the coaches in. He can set up for this line if he wants. What he can't account for is the bit of magic that Bale, Son and Kane and Dele can all produce. Even Ndombele, even Højbjerg pressing and winning the ball up high, turning it over, which means we have less players to break down. You know what I mean? It all comes down to that. What they cannot prepare for is that moment of magic that these front four can produce. It's that simple. You cannot prepare for it. And I expect a good day today. I'm expecting a big win. I'm going to go 3-0 Tottenham. I do think we can keep a clean sheet. I do think we will score goals tonight. I think if we're 2-3-0 up, I do think you'll see Lamela coming in. Because what I have noticed is we get comfortable. But what you can do with Lamela is you can bring him in, and he will fight, and he'll just bring that bit of freshness and that aggression again, and that desire to go for the kill and get more and more, which is what the team needs at times, which is to kick up the ass. And maybe that sort of player with coming on will give these players a kick up the ass and let them see this game through for the 90 minutes. I do want to see a full 90 minutes performance. I've seen too much times this season, either first half or second half, 45 minutes. I want to see a full 90 tonight. And I'm going for this. So are the boys. We're up for this. As soon as we cross that white line, crack open your beer. Whatever you do to relax, get it ready. And as soon as we cross that white line, get ready. The Harry Kane hair prediction is coming. So is 3 points. Sit there, ready to grace it. Be happy and be loud and proud tonight. And once we win, get around to all the Spurs channels, especially mine after the game when I do a review, and this watch along. Stay committed to this watch along. And we're going to take the 3 points home for everybody. And then get around to all the Spurs channels, show everyone your sport, get in the comments and super chats. This is a great time for Tottenham Hotspur. Let's go, Matty. I'm as pumped as always. I hope you are, and I hope all the watchers are as well. Everyone, let me know when you see Harry Kane whether you think he's going to score or not as well. Come on, let's do this. Let's go.
I swear to God, David, we need to get you in that dressing room before the North London derby next week. The players are making their way out onto the pitch. I've sent that link into the group chat there, David, if you want to jump on the stream as well.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to this one because it's honestly the first time in a while where I've actually I'm sitting down and I'm expecting attacking football. I'm expecting Spurs to dominate this game, and I'm expecting us to actually win this one win this one comfortably. Mr. K here says, David, I bet it'll be 400 likes tonight. Well, look, let's get this stream to 400 likes, and let's get to David's streams later to 400 likes. Let's see where we're at now. We're at, if I refresh it, we're at 230 likes now. So please smash that like button and smash that subscribe button as well if you are new. Seller Agent says, Harry, his hat trick here tonight. Look, if Harry Kane gets on the score sheet, I'm sure David will tell us before it even happens, but we'll have to wait and see for that one. Craven Cottage, of course, the setting for tonight's game, Spurs visiting Fulham in the Premier League, kicking off now in about 4 minutes time. We'll be here from the first whistle to the last and beyond with instant match reaction as well, so make sure to stick around if you do want to watch that with all of us and experience the game with us as well. Actually as well, as Jiminy here says, there are some new emojis, some new stickers in the for channel members. So if you want to jump down there, there's I forget which players I've added, but I have added 5. So make sure to go down if you are channel members, spam those emojis in here, the new player ones. And if you do want access to those emojis, hit that join button down below. Starting for just €1.99 per month, you can have access to all those emojis and more as you move up the tiers. So make sure to hit that join button as well if you are interested in that one. And look, again, hit that subscribe button, head over to the Irish Hotspur as well, linked in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to him before we get started. Head over there now, subscribe, and then come back for the kickoff on this one, because it's going to be a very enjoyable game for this one. We've skipped here saying,
just before we get into it, man, I'm actually so happy you're back. I really am. You know, it's been a great show. Obviously, it's sad that we couldn't have Marcelo here today, but big up you. It's great to have you back. It's nice, I have to say. We have missed you terribly, so it's great to have you back. And everyone, of course, you know what to do. Hashtag do it for Matt. Get the super chat in and make this guy go full time. He deserves it. The amount of time and effort he puts into this, it's not only putting up videos, it's finding all these things that he has to subscribe to get the best thumbnails, get the best video content out there without lags in the stream. You know, it's the time he has to spend to make connections, meet people, try and get them on, to bring it all for you guys. So do it for Matt. Hashtag do it for Matt and get the super chats in. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Dave. I need to hire you as my own personal marketing man. Jiminy says, I'm happy he's back too. Miss Maddie. Marcelo did a great job hosting. Of course, does need to be mentioned. Marcelo, absolutely fantastic in my absence, and I really do appreciate that to Marcelo, and I'm sure he knows that as well. They're just running back through the lineups here. We haven't got to see Harry Kane's hair yet, which is making me kind of nervous. But David, on the bench, we have Lamela, Lucas, Vinicius from an attacking sense. Do you think any of those could come off the bench, and if we are in need of a goal, actually be the man to change that game? Or do you think the three of them are there to kind of see the game through if we do have that lead?
No, look, I think if we do need someone to change the game, I would be expecting Lucas to come on for Delhi. That's just my opinion. If Delhi's playing poor, I think Lucas will go into that number 10 role. But at the same time, Bale could be in contention to come off. We don't know. He could only make 60 minutes tonight. We don't know. You know, the way they have these red zones and green zones and yellow zones, which basically indicate whether a player is, needs a rest and stuff like that. So we don't know too much about that side for Gareth Bale. Lamela, look, like I was saying before, if we're up and we're coast and we start slacking off, you get Lamela on, you get that intensity, you get that aggression and that will to make sure we see that game home. But Vinicius, I don't know. Look, if we're 3-0 up in the game's done and dusted, I'd expect to see Vinicius and rest Harry Kane, because we're in a fortunate position there where you can bring off your best player and manage game time. That's my thought on it anyway. Yeah,
no, I agree with you on that one. I think if you could get off some of the better players, of course, with Palace on Sunday, probably going to be a more difficult game than this in terms of the kind of physical side of the game. They're going to be much more physical demanding. I think Fulham will sit behind the ball, whereas Palace will probably come out and try and attack us a bit more, so we can get a bit of a rest before that one. It would be good. But look, this is the game. This is where it's at. This is what's important now. It is Fulham against Spurs. Bale is looking ready for this one. Dele Alli, as we said, first start since the opening day of the Premier League season. He's looking raring to go. Jose Mourinho sitting on the bench, fully focused, making sure he gets his 3 points. Nice hairstyle. The sides are just swapping end of the pitch here before we do kick off.
I need a shot, Harry.
Oh, is that David Coote? David Coote is the referee. David Coote is the referee. Well, right now. Let's do a penalty bingo. Let's do a penalty bingo because David Coote is in charge. Put in the live chat right now what time you think the first penalty in this game will be, because I'm telling you, with David Coote in charge, there's going to be a ridiculous penalty. So put down in the live chat what minute you think the first penalty will be. And David, quick number. What are you going for penalty bingo?
I'm going to go inside the first 10 minutes. I'm going to go 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go. I'll go with 36. We've Paul here tuning in saying happy with Ali starting, Matt. Paul, thank you so much for tuning in, and I am absolutely delighted. And I'm sure you knew that without even having to ask me.
Yeah.
But I'm delighted to see Dele Alli starting tonight. We are about to get underway. The players are taking the knee. Fulham about to kick this game off, kicking from right to left. Of course, Spurs in our changed green strip for this one, with Fulham being the home team, and we are underway.
Still haven't given me a shot at Harry Kane, lad.
Do you know what? They're watching this, and they don't want you giving away the game, David. So they decided not to show us for that. Not to show
And
us
honestly, if there's anyone ever watching, you know what I mean? You need to clip it and tag Harry Kane in it and get him to know about this.
Absolutely. Davis' first chance to get his foot in the ball, and he makes a 5-yard pass into the feet of a Fulham player. Not the best start for him, but are we surprised?
No, look, that's a pass he really should be making, to be honest. If that's regular and that's straight into Harry Kane's feet.
Absolutely. And look, Arian is in the live chat now, so I know you say you don't like when people apologise to you, Arian, but we apologise for criticising Ben Davis.
No, he should be apologising to us for taking on the Ben Davies name.
Actually, Arian, get in there. Apologise for this. Long ball forward by Toby, easily intercepted there in the middle of the park by Anderson. And it was touched by Ndombele and Reed able to get in the ball. Here's Loftus-Cheek, takes a pass, Tanguy Ndombele, and Fulham breaking forward here. Ruben Loftus-Cheek edge of the box to support down the right-hand side, but he keeps going, and he scuffs his shot there. Sanchez clears, and it comes back then to, I'm not sure who that was who just fired it out for a goal kick, but way too easy for Fulham to get to our midfield there. Ruben Loftus-Cheek just taking an easy touch pass in Ndombele and Højbjerg. That was way too easy. But luckily, he wanted the glory for himself and he scuffed his shot. So no trouble there for Spurs. But we haven't managed to get our foot in the ball yet, David, have we?
No, we haven't. What was worrying there, Højbjerg and Tanguy and Ndombele both got caught going forward. And, one of them needs to check, especially the first 10 minutes. One of them needs to be sitting back, mainly Højbjerg. But that's lucky Gareth Bale. But no, look, we'll grow into the game. First 5 minutes, get the rustiness out of the legs, get the tiredness out, the stiffness out. We only played Sunday, and then after that, then we kick on.
Yeah, simple as that. Get the 3 points, it'll be an easy win. Look, actually interesting as well, of course, Liverpool playing Chelsea later on. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that game, trying to see who comes out on top of that one, because, of course, both those teams firmly in the top 4 race. The one that we're trying to get back into, and I think a win tonight could go a very long way, as Anderson tries to play the ball out of defence and Gareth Bale gets touching it. It's a really awkward camera angle here in the close side of the pitch because of how low down the stand in Craven Cottage is. I
have to say,
reminds me of Bournemouth Stadium.
Looking at Harry Kane, everyone's been waiting in anticipation for the Harry Kane hair announcement. It looks like he's using an appropriate amount of Dax wax today, topped off with a little bit of hairspray. You know what I mean? He gave it a good wash with Joe Hart's Head and Shoulders before the game, and it looks slick, bouncy, and ready to go. To be honest, there's plenty of bounce in it. You know what I mean? It's perfect. It's ready to go. I predict Harry Kane. I think he's either going to score 1 with 2 assists or score 2 with 1 assist.
And his minimum 3 goals for Spurs tonight. There is your Harry Kane hair prediction, courtesy of David Harris. It's soon. We'll try and get it sponsored by Head and Shoulders, but
we have to. We have to.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of work involved in that one. Mr. K saying their pitch looks small, and it is a very small pitch. I'm not sure which team that will suit more, but Spurs have to make it suit us, as Ben Davies gets ahead in that free kick and it'll be out for a throw-in down near the corner flag for Fulham. Set pieces, David. Are we concerned with those today?
Yeah, it's a big concern. Look, Fulham have some very big boys in there. But it's just about staying switched on and being the one to want to win the ball first. That's been the problem, mate.
Yeah. Steve, you're saying this camera angle is dreadful. It is absolutely atrocious. I mean, Dele Alli beaten down the left-hand side. Good defending by Ali, comes back to Cavallero. Lays it off to Loftus-Cheek. Here's Anthony Robinson into the box. Starting on the floor. And obviously gets it onto his right foot there, but it's a poor shot. Mr. Case's perfect tackle by Bale. I think it was the body check from Højbjerg just after that. But Fulham starting the better team here too. Kind of half chances from the edge of the box, both thankfully not ending up anywhere near the Hugo Lloris's goal. But Spurs not able to get a foot in the ball just yet. 4 minutes played, of course, remains 0-0. We need to get this one in control and quickly. The last thing we need is for Fulham to get an early goal. Then all of a sudden they have 85 minutes to sit behind the ball and they can try and control the game from there, as Højbjerg gives it away and then Doherty just drives it forward.
It really wouldn't surprise me if this is a tactic for the opening 5-10 minutes. Sit back, keep it tight, don't concede. But also, more importantly, instead of getting at them from the off and making them be aware and sit back and be very, tight from the very off, encourage them to come out and then try and hit that space in behind. And then, you know, if it hasn't worked after 10 minutes, go and stamp your authority on the game. Maybe it's a tactic.
Yeah, I suppose we did something similar against Burnley at Turf Moor earlier in the season, and that worked quite well. Mr. K says, "Oh my days, Fulham look so League One." And look, I mean, I work on the League One and League Two at work, and it's really similar. I mean, whatever way they have the camera set up, it can't look down on the near side of the pitch, so we're missing the action when it actually gets out to the near side, which is where a lot of this game is being played. Darren Hodgson says, "Good luck tonight, lads. I know Fulham can play well, but it should be Tottenham to win 2-1 prediction." Well, Darren, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you are right with that prediction. We're at 240 likes. Please, let's get to 250 before Spurs open the scoring, which could be here as Harry Kane breaks forward, plays it down the right hand side to Gareth Bale. Anthony Robertson tracking back. Bale looks to beat Adebayo, crosses it off him. Bale able to keep possession.
Get in the box.
Oh, you got to take that first time.
Oh,
Doherty trying to get past Adebayo, but it's a goal kick.
That's to go in first time.
Absolutely.
Harry Kane and Dele Alli are in the box. That has to go in first time. What is he doing? He's just running it back into trouble where Gareth Bale passed it out from.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's just not the best. He's just not good. And look,
the poor guy. Look, he has all the aggression in his face. Do you ever look at him? He always looks aggressive. He has everything about him that looks, I'm committed. You know what I mean? But really, the ability just isn't there, is it?
Yeah, it's not. Look, as Irish fans, look, we wanted to work out for him at Spurs more than anybody else does, but it's just.
Of course we do, man. I'm just going around and calling them the Irish Roberto Carlos, for God's sake.
I'm sure you're regretting that one now. He's turned into the Irish Alan Hutton. Fulham back in possession here again. Mario Lamina being pressed by Dele Alli, but he's actually managed to turn out of that one very, very easily, and he spreads it out the left hand side to Anthony Robinson.
Come on, where is he?
I'm not sure where he is. Robinson breaking forward, plays down the line to Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Average tackle like that,
Loftus-Cheek back to Harrison Reed, has some space in the edge of the box, tries to turn it through to Ivan Caballero, or is that Lookman?
Well done, Sanchez. What defending by Sanchez? Get the block on that.
That was good defending. Lookman, it's a really good ball by Reed, and it's Matt Doherty keeping Ademola Lookman on side, and he's the one who can see the entire line. Lookman tries to back, but it's good defending by Davinson Sanchez to get in the way of that and allows the ball to run into the hands of Hugo Lloris. Paul says Aurier over Doherty every single day of the week, Paul, without any shadow of a doubt. Everything Football says, what do you do for a job, Matt, if you don't mind saying? I'm a senior analyst for Stats Perform, so I'm basically a live supervisor for Opta and their collection of the League 1, League 2, Norwegian League, Chinese League, all the crap leagues, basically. Jimmy says, what minute are you on? Let's get that up. Now, I saw a few people asking for a live, like a clock during this. It's not possible to do on this software, but the best thing that I can do is every now and then I can bring this SofaScore clock up. So we are about a second behind this one, but look, without any clock on the software, I'm sure it'll be much better than what we can do. So that's where we are now. If you do want to sync up your stream, I'll leave that up there for about a minute or so.
You should get yourself a big live scoreboard in the background over your left shoulder or something there, lad, and have the scores, the teams, and the minutes on it, lad. And Matty Hayes live scoreboard.
Oh God! When I get my studio, that'll be the first thing I get. I think Derek Grady, who's in the live chat here, sometimes suggested that to me as well, getting an actual physical clock, which is actually a really, really good idea. But yeah, a scoreboard, that's not one I thought of. We definitely get that.
Yeah, you just let him
beaten by Robinson. Lookman has Josh Maja with him down the line. Oh, it's a poor ball by Lookman. It's a 3-yard pass he has to play there, and he's overhit it for Josh Maja.
I told you about Lookman, lad. Everything looks good, and he gets to the final third, and he shits himself.
Well, look, we'll take that all day long, but it's just not good enough. It's really easy for Fulham here to get into our final third. Thankfully, they haven't found that killer ball just yet. But as Officer Doofy here says, we are looking bad. We certainly are. Not really able to get
Officer
the foot in the ball.
Doofy, that's out of Scary Movie, is it?
What's that?
Officer Doofy, that name. That's out of Scary Movie. That was the name of the policeman in Scary Movie.
I've never seen it, to be honest. It's a real point of friction, but I don't watch movies because they're just too long. It's a chance. Bale gets to touch Bale.
Bale! Oh!
And Dombele block. I don't know how that stayed out. But a first chance forward. I think Bale was offside in the build-up there, but Spurs first threat in there. I think he's made a very, very good double save. Darren says, what colour kit are Tottenham wearing tonight? We're wearing the green away kit.
This bad boy right here. This one.
That's the one. That's what I was going to wear mine, but I think it's in the wash. Bale really far offside there. I keep saying she should get a big clock like countdown. Jordan Kelly, thanks for tuning in. Jordan says very poor start. Absolutely, and he said, Officer Doofy ready for duty. It is from Scary Movie. Will says just get a TV and project a second desktop onto it over your shoulder. That's what I use. Do you know what? I've been trying to do that, Will, but I'm using my laptop and a monitor and on my TV on the other side, but I don't know how to spread it onto a third display. But look, if I figure that out, I might move the TV behind me and have something there. Fencing it. Look, Bale was really, really far off in the build up there, but first kind of venture forward for Spurs. And look, if Bale is going to be standing 5 yards offside every time we attack, I don't think we'll have too much there. But let's hope we calm down a bit. As Mario Lamina is down here for Fulham getting some treatment. David, what do you think Spurs have to do to improve from this start?
You get looks. They need to start moving the ball a lot quicker. First and foremost, it's by the time we get our passes going, by the time some of our players are taking 2-3 touches to get it under control, they're getting all their men back, and it's not leaving us with much space. We need to be crisper on the ball, and we need to retain the ball first and foremost. We're not retaining the ball, and this is what I talk about when you have Doherty's and Davies at fullback. It's very hard to play out because the reason why your fullback needs to be able to play is because they have to be able to receive the ball. They have to be able to receive it in tight space, but also have the composure to pick a pass and go again and receive it again. That's why they're very important, or else they have to be able to pick up the ball and drive out. Ben Davies can't do either, and Doherty can't do either. And it's a big problem. Sometimes you have to rely on your fullbacks to be able to get you out, play 1-2s with midfielders like Højbjerg and Ndombele. And we've seen it, as well. They're defending a suspect. Look, Doherty already, he's had an opening mare, and a mare over 10 minutes. He's let his man run inside him, outside him. He's lost the ball. You know what I mean? The guy needs to be slapped and woken up, to be honest.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what to make of Doherty anymore. Finn says, do you use Streamlabs? I use StreamYard. I used to use Streamlabs, but if I use StreamYard, I can bring up the comments, whereas on Streamlabs I can't, and bring guests in and stuff like that. So I think StreamYard is better for everything Streamlabs is better for everything except bringing on guests. And look, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the likes of David and Marcelo. So I think StreamYard would be the way forward for me. And I was thinking of using a window capture to basically use Streamlabs, but have guests in through StreamYard, but then I won't be able to bring up the comments and stuff. So it's a tough choice really in that one. Bradley says second to every ball. James says had an appreciation post on Instagram for Davinson. Do you think they're trying to get his confidence back up or his stock up to sell him? Nothing would surprise me at Spurs.
Where is he kicking that to?
The box. Here's Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I'm sorry, but where was Ben Davies kicking that to? He literally kicked it to the only Fulham player in sight. Literally, the only Fulham player in sight. He kicked it right. He literally passed it to him. He caressed that ball and says, "Here you are, mate. Have a shot at Hugo." What an idiot!
Yeah, I don't know. It's just look. We need to rotate the fullbacks. I mean, we can't sit here and say Jose's made the wrong decision. I mean, Reguilon just back from injury, and Aurier who's struggling with an injury as well himself. He can't exactly.
Well, we can expect better, though. We can expect better and call them out for being shit. Because, look, ultimately, I know we're going to win this game, and they might grow into it come 75 minutes. Eventually, one of them might smell the coffee and wake up. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm still going to call them out because, mainly Doherty so far, he's been dreadful. I'm actually embarrassed that he's the representation of our nation at Tottenham Hotspur. As you know, we've had strong Irish links throughout the years, and this is what it's come to.
Yeah, it's far from ideal, isn't it? Let's get Robbie Keane back.
You're talking Robbie Keane, Andy Reid, Stephen Kelly, Stephen Carr, Gary Doherty. You know what I mean? Gary Doherty could play at centre-back, but you could put him up centre forward and he could still score your goal. You know what I mean? He could play at both positions. Matt Doherty, he can't even control the ball, and he should be used to that over the pitches here in Ireland. They're all shit. They're all on farmland. There's potholes everywhere. You know what I mean? It's so uneven. I've played on pitches where, half of it's going downhill, for fuck's sake. And this guy can't cross the ball or control it. It's the basis of what you need to be any good in Ireland.
Yeah, that's true.
It's control the ball on the bubble.
And we're talking professional level as well, everyone who's not from Ireland. It is, our football isn't at the highest level over here, as I'm sure you can tell from our national team. Fenn says, do you think Max Aarons could be the right man? Because we were linked with him. David, I know you're a big fan of Aarons. 35 million Irish want for him. Do you think he could be the man?
Yeah, 100%. Look, I said it in the summer. This was the guy I go all out for. Look, at Norwich, I know they got relegated, But you have to take the average age of the back four into consideration. Now, Ben Godfrey, 20-odd, early 20s. You had Max Aarons. You had, who was the other guy at left back?
Jamal Lewis gone to Newcastle.
Jamal Lewis. You know what I mean? So they had a very, very young backline. You know, ultimately it got exposed. But if you take Max Aarons out of that, for me, which he was great going forward, he was a threat going forward, and you know he was sound enough defensively. And if you put him in beside Kobe Alderweireld, it's a match made in heaven. He's the next Kyle Walker, in my opinion, or the next best thing that you're going to get to Trent over the next year or two. He has the energy to get up and down. But Spurs wouldn't pay the extra 10 million that Norwich wanted. So in result, they got offered Doherty 13 million. Levy could not turn his nose up at it. You know what I mean? We got sold an absolute dummy. The reason why Wolves were so keen to let him go is because they knew something. They knew there was something there that he was going to decline this season. That's why they were so happy to let him go. You know what I mean? And we got sold a dummy. Here we go, Harry Kane. Let's go. Let's have this.
Free kick here from Spurs about 25 yards out. We'll get to a few of these comments in a second, but Ndombele was taken down 25 yards out. We've Bale and Harry Kane standing over this one. This looks promising. I feel like Bale's going to score here.
This is in.
I feel like Bale's going to put this one in the top ends. Come on, Bale.
I'm going Harry
If Bale scores a free kick.
Oh, lad.
Oh, he's spied it. That's not good enough. Jordan says, shouldn't have taken as long as it has for Doherty to adapt from right wing back to right back. I'd love Lamptey at right back. I think Lamptey would be a fantastic signing as well. I do agree with you on that one. Wayne says, offer cash plus wings for Max Aarons. Maybe a way to opt him off there in that one as well. Leland says, Aaron's only 1 goal and 0 assists in 34 league fixtures this season. Do you think that's a concern, David, his inability to create in the front foot as modern day fullbacks do have to play?
No, look, for me, you know, that decision making will click. And when it clicks, you have a serious player on the hands. You know, it was like Kyle Walker at the start. You know, Kyle Walker, he had all the bombing up and down, but you know, when his end product came, he became the best right back in the world at one stage. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted him. And for me, Max Aarons is in that similar mold. And when you get into a club like Tottenham, that's going to develop his game a lot quicker than what I would at Norwich.
Well, look, here's a chance for Spurs to break forward. Kane sweeps the ball out to Son on the left-hand side, lifts it into the box. Harry Kane, put it straight at the keeper.
Oh,
an absolute sitter for Harry Kane.
Oh, Harry.
I think
look,
the
maybe
flag
he
might have
screamed
gone up
back
anyway.
guys, I don't know, but it was unlucky.
Was he onside? Oh, he was onside. It's a
yes,
brilliant
very
ball from
that.
Son in with the outside of his right boot, and Kane free header on the edge of the 6-yard box, and he cushions it into the hands of Alfonso Areola. Either side,
time to take a touch there.
He did, and he Bale as well with him if he wanted to leave it. But look, as Fenn says, Kane has to score there. I'm absolutely shocked. I thought we were 1-0 up, but look, David said his hair is on point, so let's not fear. He will get his goal later on today. But first real chance of the game, and it's fallen to Harry Kane, who's the one man we would want to have it. But it remains 0-0 at Craven Cottage. 18 minutes played. Spurs starting to get a bit of a hold in the game now as Højbjerg picks up the ball in the middle of the park, surrounded by 4 men, who does well to get it back to Doherty, and Doherty puts it back over our own centre halves. What is he doing?
Oh man,
Davis.
The guy, honestly, that guy really irritates me. Ariane, please, if you were watching, please drop the Ben Davies thing. You know, come back to me with Sissoko, whatever other worst player you want to pick. I'll even accept the wings. Just please, no Ben Davies.
God, he's
I can't take it no more.
Gareth Bale as well there to retrieve the ball in the middle of the park, and he threads it through to Dele Alli, just caught up beneath him. He's on to the left, Kane to the right. Here's Son. Facing up against Ola Aina. Brings it onto his left foot. Squares it. Dele Alli. Yes!
Come on! Let's go, Dele. Free Dele.
He's got his start. His first start in the opening game of the season, and Dele Alli is on the score sheet.
Come on!
To Spurs. Come on.
Order. Let's restore some order. We are kings of London. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, this watch-along could not have started in a better manner. Gareth Bale has the ball inside their own half. He tries to play it into the middle of the park. It's intercepted by a Fulham player, and he manages to retrieve it. He tries to thread it through the middle of the Fulham defence, who are playing a very high line, gets caught up under Dele Alli's foot. He manages to regain control, puts it back out to the left-hand side to Heung-min Son. Son squares it, a little flick by Ali, and you know what? It takes a deflection that could end up being an own goal, but for now, we're saying it's Dele Alli. Just take a look here. Son facing up Ola Aina, brings on his left foot, squares it. Dele Alli gets a little touch, but it comes off of Daraboyo. We'll see for definite from this angle. Please don't be an own goal. Oh, it's tough to say. It's tough to say. Ali gets a bit of a touch. I think that'll be given to Ali for now.
Yeah, but it was already going on target, so...
Yeah, if it was going on target, that's a Dele Alli goal. If I was working for that one, I'd give a Dele Alli goal there. And Spurs in the break again, chip down the left-hand side to Heung-min Son. Manages to keep it in play.
Matty, where's your goal video? I've been waiting for you to be able to play it.
I forgot. Here we go.
Come on.
Dele Alli opens the scoring. Come on, you Spurs.
I'd give that... Oh,
is Ali in behind again? Ali picks up possession on the right-hand side. Up against Joachim Andersen, he tries to square it, but it's into the hands of...
Matty, this screen I have keeps stalling, lad.
Keeps stalling?
Yeah, every time we go on the attack, it keeps freezing.
Someone doesn't want you to see it, David. It's working fine for me. If you want to exit out of the stream here and then go back in, maybe that should work. But it's not freezing on my end, so it could be you.
No worries, lad.
Dele Alli. Oh, I cannot tell you how happy I am to see him in the score sheet.
We've got Dele Alli. I just don't think you understand. Love him. And Fulham are here on the attack. And it's Doherty out to Dele. Oh, well done. Great play. No, I love it. That's what I wanted to see. Free Dele. And you know what? Honestly, I would give that goal to him because his touch put a goal bound. I'd be harsh to give that as an own goal because I think it was going in anyway. Yeah. The way it goes is if it was on target by Dele Alli, it'll be a Dele goal, but otherwise that one will be given to as an own goal to Tosin Adarabioyo. Just to have a quick look, it has been given to, or if I can find my stats for this one here. Oh, that's harsh if it's not given to Dele.
I'm on SofaScore. I'm trying to get the ball played over the top, bounces over Olena. Here's Son on the left hand side facing up. Is it Cavallero back defending? For now, it has been given to Dele Alli, but that could change. I'm sure they'll be reviewing that one as we speak. But it is for now Dele Alli. Oh God, Dele Alli scoring in the Premier League for Spurs. This is what dreams are made of. Dele Alli is back.
I'd say you're glad you picked this one to make your return, lad.
I swear to God, if I hadn't been here for this, I would never have forgiven myself.
No, but look, that's like the thing is, people are going to say, sure, it was a tap in. What you need to understand is this. That's what Dele was good at when Dele was playing well. Is picking up them spaces, getting beyond Harry Kane. Do you know what I mean? Making them runs and being there. It actually takes football nous and IQ to put yourself in them positions. They don't just happen by luck. It's about being repetitive. Keep getting yourself in there, making them runs, making yourself available. And, like I said, it's not just luck he found himself there. It's hard work. It's having the football knowledge and knowing where to be when balls are in certain positions. So fair play to the kid. Hopefully now we can really kick on. I'm delighted for one. He's come out and proved me wrong so far. You know what I mean? I really have, because for me, I was getting to a point where, I was of the opinion that, look, if they're not going to resolve the differences, then one of them are going to have to make way. And I did say, it's a pity, because if they could resolve it, him and Jose Mourinho, a relationship, especially when you add Son, Kane, and Bale into that mix, that's going to be absolute fire. So if we can get them all on singing the same way and playing the same way and just, happy and, we can expect great things. We really can, and just completely, call the fire brigade out and put the flames out on this Jose out brigade.
Yeah, well, I think that's what we're out to do towards the end of the season. It's looking good. 4-0 win against Wolfsburg, followed up by a 4-0 win against Burnley, and here we are at Fulham, already 1 goal up. As Jiminy says, let's have all our front four get a goal. That'll be another 4-0 tonight. I doubt there's many in this live chat who will object to that one. Will says that's not a tap-in. A finish like that at speed is more difficult than an 8-yard shot in zone 17. We'll agree with you on that one. Jiminy says, isn't it Dele's first Premier League goal in a year? Yeah, it would be. It's definitely his first Premier League goal of the season. I'm not sure if he scored, say, after the restart last year. There's Højbjerg with a poor ball out of Son that goes straight out to play. Spartan says it's gone down as an Adarabioyo own goal. Look, it's... For me, anyway, it's still showing. Oh, ball across the face of goal. Bale there with the pressing, nearly causing a mistake there. At the moment, it's still showing as Dele Alli. on SofaScore. And I'll check the Premier League website because I'm sure they'll be quicker to update than
Spartan. I reckon we give it to Delhi anyway. What do you think, Spartan?
We'd make the decision ourselves. We decide. It's still a Dele Alli goal on the Premier League side as well, but it would not surprise me if they change that. I'm actually getting messages here on WhatsApp as well saying it has been changed to an own goal. Maybe it's just a short update there. But look, as Darren says, it's still a goal. As much as I would like to see Delhi get on the score sheet, it is still a goal. And in our hearts, that's a Dele Alli goal. And I'm sure Jose Mourinho will feel the same way.
That's all that matters, Matty. If you wanted to be Dele Alli's goal, you've been his biggest fan, his biggest backer. So if you wanted to be a Dele Alli goal, well then, as far as I'm concerned, we're all going to think it's a Dele Alli goal. So
exactly. I am the decider. It is my decision. I'll have a quick look at another source, and we'll see if it is being changed. But for now, on this stream, it'll be a Dele Alli goal. So if you want it to be a Dele Alli goal, stay here the whole way through. It'll never change. It'll be a Dele goal from the first minute to last here with us.
No.
Still Dele goal.
There you are.
Still a Dele goal. Skippy says, if your front four start clicking, top four is well on. Just please not at the cost of us. Look, I'm sorry, Skippy. If we have to get in that top four ahead of Liverpool, I will enjoy every last second of it. Every last second. But thank you as always for tuning in, Skippy. Do appreciate it. David, is it a bit premature to start talking about the top four again?
No. Look, Matty, you know me. One thing I've never done is my confidence has never ever wavered with this team. I've always predicted that this season was going to be successful. I thought we were going to win the league. When that didn't happen, I did say, even through our bad run of fixtures, I still said to you guys here, don't count us out of top four. It can still happen. Things can turn around. Josie can turn it around. Some of these players can turn it around. I always maintain that. I still believe top four is still on. And I still believe it now. Honestly, it's never wavered. And neither is yours, to be fair, Matty. I know you have said sometimes, look, it's looking a bit unlikely. But I still know there was that 10% of you that still believe. Maybe it was hope, but it was still there. You never gave up. You know, none of us gave up. Times are tough, but none of us gave up. But what the tough times did do, and I'm not grateful for it because I never want Tottenham to lose again. But one thing it did do is, put the spotlight on the club where us fans could actually delve into some major problems at the club and bring people's attention to it and wake a lot of fans up, especially to some of the players, waking a lot of fans up. But, it's good to be back winning ways. You know what I mean? It's great. I lit a candle last night praying for a Spurs win, so I think it's coming.
I agree with you there on that one. I just want to say Ben Davies just dribbled the ball straight out of play. There was also a quick VAR check for a penalty there for Fulham on a potential handball for Højbjerg, but the referee quickly waved that one away. We've quite a few super chats here to get through. Spartan with the £5 saying Dele goal. I don't care what they say. Exactly. All night here, it's going to be a Dele Alli goal. Will with the $2 says right now I should have triple captain Son. Look, plenty of time for Kane to get himself on the score sheet. Matthew Collins says the Spurs site states that it was given to Dele. So yeah, it was given to Dele. It could potentially change, but for now we will say with Dele Alli. Kev Williams as well with the £3 super chat says, hi Matt, hi David, great seeing Dele, Bale, Son and Kane. Fully agree with you on that one, Kev. Thank you so much for tuning in. And look, what a front four this is, and what a scary prospect it will be for opposition teams coming up against us. I think Spurs at the moment, for the first time in a while, are starting to be a scary team to come up against, given how our front line is playing at the moment.
Yeah, no, look, it's something we've always wanted to see, Matty, is getting these four out there when time was ready. It's took a lot longer than what we expected, but it's here now. So let's sit back and enjoy it, and let's look. Big up Spartan 7 T Gaming, big up Will Stewart, big up Matthew Collins, and big up Kev Williams. They're all legends. They're all helping out. Hashtag make it happen for Matt. So big up everybody. Fair play to you. And look, Tottenham are looking. Look, I wouldn't say we're looking our best. We're not looking the best, but we're looking good, and that's the main thing. We're in control of our own destiny now. We've got the goal. It's up to us to how we want to manage this game. Hopefully our game management is on point. Look, I want to go and get another 2 goals at least to properly kill this game and dead and bury Fulham. And that's what I'd like to see. But look, I'll take this till half time, and hopefully in the second half they can come out firing.
Yeah, hopefully. Kev Williams here with the £3 super chat says Davis makes you feel so nervous. He's a poor player. He really is. It's just nerves all around when he's in the pitch. Now we have lost our stream for a second here. I'm working hard to get it back up. But look, if anything happens, I'm sure you'll let us know in the live chat. But if my laptop would like to function, that'd be a good start. Oh, come on! I'll try to get back up there, David.
I think we just had a chance there. I have it on in the TV on the background. The
Oh,
Son
dear.
on the ball, Son cut in. Oh, Son had a shot. I was unlucky. Not too far away.
Let me try here.
And now we're pressing high. Fulham are on the ball. Areola has the ball. Gareth Bale with the pressing. That's great pressing. Well done. And he lumps it long. Ben Davies wins the header. Well done. Picked up the second ball. That's a free kick. Free kick to Tottenham. Oh, that's brilliant. Well done, Sonny. You know, he controlled the ball. He knew the momentum of the defender was going to take him through him. That's exactly what happened. So big up Sonny winning that free kick, and we're back in possession.
Will here at the $5 says, just some banter for Matt. Delhi's now statistically better than Lamela this season. I love Delhi more than I love Lamela. I'm a fan of Lamela, but Delhi for a long time was my favorite Spurs player, and I've been wanting it to make him work, to make it work for him at Spurs, and we're finally getting there. So that's good news for me. I'll take that. Skippy as well says money's a little tight right now, but I do want to help you out soon. Skippy, thank you so much. Please do not worry about it. Do not worry about it for a second. You tuning in and hitting that like button, your comments are helping up for me. So thank you very, very much for that.
That's one thing I want to stress as well, actually. You know, there are people in regions, there are people where the super chat isn't available. You know, there's people that genuinely can't afford it. We know money's tight. You know, we all live week to week. You know what I mean? So don't stress. The views and the likes and everything else and the interaction on the stream is worth just as much as any super chat. So don't ever feel pressured either. Oh, you there, Matty? I think Matty's frozen here, guys. But anyway, so Fulham are on the ball, passing it around. But no, look, anyway, lads, you know, it's a great start, to be honest. It's a fantastic start, 1-0 up. It's what we wanted. We wanted the first goal in this game. And it's in our destiny now. It's in our destiny. I think Matt Hayes is frozen, everyone. We have Kev Williams saying, haha, Will, any stats against Lamela, and you're on it. 100%. I absolutely love Will's banter when it comes to Lamela. We have Shamu asking us, David got the red panties out. Yeah, look, 100%. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? But first of all, before I do that, I have a few more streams and all I need to get through. Look, guys, Matty will be back in a minute. He's just having a bit of a laptop issue. But no, look, we're looking good. Look, the fullbacks. Look, one thing I will say on the fullbacks is Jose has to rest them. They haven't been the best tonight. Davies has been better than Doherty. Look, if we can get another goal, I think, like I said, we scored 2 against Fulham. I do think it's game over. They're not coming back. But no, look, we're looking good. We're looking hungry. We look like we want the result. We're attacking, which is brilliant. It's what we all want to see, and it's all you can ask for. And we're aggressive as well. We're matching the aggression. Like we have said before, with these teams, it's about stepping over the white line after 90 minutes, wanting it more than them, and then your quality shines through. And it has so far. With Sonny's nice little ball across for Dele Alli. And Dele Alli being there to thank him so much. Look, we know it's gone down as an own goal, but we're giving it to Dele because we think he deserves it. One thing I would say is I would like to get a handle on the game in the midfield a bit more. Fulham seem to be winning that battle. They seem to be breaking at us a lot. We do need to start winning and turning a bit of ball over there, in my opinion. So we do need Højbjerg and Ndombele to start getting stuck in. They've had a couple of chances to make sure to get their tackles in, and they've missed the opportunity. They've kind of pulled out. I really would see if there's any more comments here that we'll take. We have Kev Williams saying, Dave, you're on the way to 5k followers. No, look, I'd love that, but I don't think that's the case. We have Jamie Gate, Bale off, no impact, rest him for Sunday. No, look, give Bale time, you know what I mean? He's just settling into the game. Look, it was questionable whether he's fit. But look, you know, we're winning the game. That's the main thing. We have Bradley Coombs saying, look, it's very, very scrappy. Yeah, look, it is. It's extremely scrappy. But we'll get there. Oh, we have Matty back, the return of Matt Hayes. Thank God.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had my weekly disconnect happened a bit earlier this time. A bit of a surprise there.
Jeez, lad, I was sweating buckets. I was like, where is he? I was about to break down.
I'm sure you held the fort very well while I was gone. Apologies for that, everybody. My laptop decides to just quit the stream once every time I'm on here for a watch along, which is not ideal. Am I frozen again?
No, you're back.
Okay,
You're there.
I don't know what's happening here. I think my camera's frozen as well. Oh, someone's down in the box. The game just jumped to. We didn't even see the foul.
No, but he's down. He's down. He looks sore. Look, poor Harry. I'll rub your shin for you. It's okay. I'll come on. I'll rub it. Make it better.
Connor says get the super chats in to get Matt a new laptop. Dele Alli's having a word with the ref anyway. So he just tripped over the ball. Oh, we didn't see that there. He might have hurt an ankle there. No. Fen says it could be a penalty. We'll have a look here. Connor says get super chats in to get a new laptop. You're concerned about how much I spent on a laptop recently, Connor. It's the most worrying thing that it's scratching out of this. It looks like there is I did say 36 minutes for a penalty. I said the 36th minute. Oh, it's the 36th minute.
Oh,
and that could be a penalty.
No, he was clipped. Look, he's clipped. I told you. Always check it.
I'm gonna win.
Always check it.
Arian with $2 says, like I say when I'm on # make it happen for Maddie. Thank you very much for that, Arian.
There you go.
It looks as though they've waved away the penalty claim here. Is my stream not working?
Surely not. That's a penalty all day. Your man put his foot out. He made no intention of going for the ball. Are you serious? This guy taking the piece.
Given. Well, it's David Coote. We knew something was going to happen.
Well, that's really annoying. Like, what the Spurs have to do to get a penalty lately. They can assault us and get away with it. As soon as we touch them, Højbjerg's not even looking at them and they feel the clip and they go down. The referee's so quick to put the whistle in the mouth. It's just be fair. That's a penalty all day long. If that was Liverpool or United, they'd be looking at it a lot longer to give reasons to give it. When it comes to Tottenham, you feel like they're looking at reasons not to give it. I'm watching it again here on TV. That's a penalty all day long. Honestly, that's a penalty all day long. That's ridiculous. He puts his foot out on purpose. That's a joke. I'm done with these people in charge. They're an absolute joke. An absolute joke. The problem isn't VAR. The technology, can make the game better and make it fairer, but at the same time, it's come at a cost because the people using it don't know how to use it, and it's taken ages to reach these decisions. They're all like every week there seems to be controversy in different games about it. Your shoulders offside. If your shoulders just slightly above the defender's foot, you're offside, even though you might score with your knee. You know what I mean? The whole thing is just getting ridiculous. They need to really get people in that know how to use this and implement it the right way, because all it's doing right now is hiding. I think it was brought in to kind of hide the lack of standards of refereeing in this country, but all it's done is highlight it more. That's all it's done. David Coote. How are you not giving that? That's ridiculous. But anyway, we're on the ball here. Toby has a free kick. But no, lads, honestly, it's a joke. Everyone in the comments, get in the comments. Let me know what you make of this VAR. It's getting beyond the joke at this point. It's getting silly. We have Jordan Kelly. He says Sanchez is looking positive again. He's looking good again. Yeah, no, 100% he is. And it's exactly what we want from this guy. You know what I mean? It's like we don't want to be sitting here criticizing players, but when they don't know where the ball is and it's bobbing on their head 4 times before they know where it is, you're going to get criticism. But honestly, the last little few games, he's stepped it up. He's done well. So if you can get that confidence, keep that confidence and keep going, that's exactly what we want. And it's all we can ask for. Is he the long-term answer? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. But can he do it to the end of the season? Yes. Yes, 100% he can. And that's what we need, to be honest. Oh, that's two-footed. That's two-footed. That's a red all day long. No, let him away with it. Why not? It's Tottenham.
I've switched to my hotspot, and it is immediately better than my Wi-Fi, which is a big concern.
Who's the Wi-Fi provider, lad?
Sky, actually.
I'll be getting on to them, lad.
Dele does well into the box, flips it back towards Gareth Bale, tries to spin, comes back to Dele Alli.
Oh, he should have shot.
Ali lifts it back, goes towards Son.
Here we go.
Just wide. He said it's just wide. Anyway, I apologise for lacking out there again. Don't know what's going on with the internet, but the new phone coming up trumps with the hotspot tonight.
solid phone, lad. I'm telling you're going to really enjoy your time with that phone.
It is.
Having a phone is like having a second relationship. You know what I mean? You look after it, you mind it, you always put it in a safe place, and you're going to enjoy that phone.
I will enjoy it. I was connected to the hotspot, and I just saw it said 5G, and I knew it's gonna work well. Matthew Collins with the £3 super chat says, "How about scrap VAR but keep goal line technology?" Look, I think at this stage it's probably for the best, but I think with the amount of money they've invested into VAR, I'm not sure we'll be seeing that anytime soon. But let us know in the live chat what you do think about the implementation of VAR. Is it the technology, or is it and I'm going to say idiots running it?
Look, at the same time, at the same time, you also do have to have this discussion about VAR, because at the time we were all told it's to take it's how the person in charge interprets it. Now, the way you interpret things, or your neighbor interpret things, or I interpret things, someone could say something to us, we're all going to get 3 different interpretations out of that. So, which leads to all these crazy decisions. For me, goal line technology was brilliant. Is it the people in charge? Is it VAR? Look, I think VAR was brought in to help the people in charge. I think they know the refereeing standards aren't where they are. But at the same time, it's also made their job a hell of a lot more difficult. It makes them question themselves every time they blow the whistle. It makes them nervous. It leads to wrong decisions. When the wrong decisions happens, it leads to VAR covering it up. You know what I mean? So for me, I agree. I think that's a great comment, to be honest. For me, look, keep
goal line technology.
Keep goal line technology. If they could do something, maybe with the offside, that'd be brilliant. But at the same time, you have to argue. Clubs and players brought this on themselves, because they were arguing, oh well, look, his knee was offside, he's offside. So they brought in this scrutiny themselves at the same time. But how many of them now would go back and kill just to have it the way it was, where you could celebrate a goal, not have to wait 5 minutes, and by then the adrenaline's done. Fans aren't cheering anymore. You know what I mean? So it's for me, honestly, it's something they really do need to address this summer and take a long, hard look at it. But look, the people like FIFA and the FA, they're all pig-headed. They all have their buddies and cronies who they've told to invest on it, get on this. You're going to make your money off it, and no one's going to want to lose out. This is how these big wigs rock, and unfortunately, they're using football to make their money. And I think it's here to stay, to be honest with you, and I think to the detriment of the game.
I agree with you on that one. My question would be, would VAR still be in the game if there are fans in the ground? I'm sure there'd be a lot more vocal disappointment and frustration with VAR if there were fans actually in the ground when all those decisions were being made. So maybe the fans not being there is the reason it's still in place. But look, it's there. We have to deal with it, unfortunately. As Skippy says, if you drive a Ferrari into a lake, it's not the fault of the Ferrari. Simple as. Yeah. It's the referees in charge of this just simply are not good enough. And
Matt, I'll be back in 1 second. Let's just put on a tray of stuffing, and I'm not sure if she forgot about it or not. I'm not sure if it's burning. I think it is, and I'll be very upset if it is. So I just have to go and check that quickly.
No worries, take your time. All right, Anthony Robinson in possession here for Fulham, back to tossing a Daraboyo. And here's Anderson. Look, we said Fulham started well in this game. Spurs kind of quickly came into it around the 10th minute, and since then, Fulham haven't really threatened too much. But here's a chance for them to get forward with Cavallero out on the right hand side. But Spurs back in numbers, keeping the shape quite well, and they managed to force him all the way back to the centre halves. Wilson, he's calling it. Delhi is back. Look, I think we'd all be quite happy if that was the case. Jordan says should use VAR the same way it's used in rugby, and exactly. I think rugby has used it for so long and to such a good standard, but I feel it's not the implementation for me, because it's working in Bundesliga, it's working in the Serie A and La Liga, even in Holland, in a league that is certainly a lower level than the Premier League and that doesn't have as much money as the English divisions do. It's working well over there, so I do think it is just the people who are in charge of it just simply are not good enough at their jobs, and we've seen that with Lee Mason, the incident with the Brighton free kick from Lewis Dunk at West Brom last week, with so many offside decisions and just blatant misinterpretations of the law. Have shown it is the referees who are the problem. Chance here for Spurs to break forward. Kane plays it out to right hand side to Gareth Bale. It's a loose touch, but he manages to keep possession. Faced up by Anthony Robertson, brings it onto his left foot. Good ball into Harry Kane, plays it down the right hand side to Matt Doherty. What is that? It's really good play by Spurs, and Doherty gets space on the right hand side to try and he just needs to fizz it low and hard across the face of goal, and he skies it. It's out for a goal kick. It looked like the chance was gone when Bale took a loose touch, but it was recovered so well. Kane delayed that pass. And that's just amateur hour there by Matt Doherty. It really is. Fenn says the only consistent ref, in my opinion, is Michael Oliver. Doherty, what is he doing on the pitch? God, I wish I could answer that question. Jose doesn't look too happy with his attempted cross there at all. And I think Harry Kane and Son were a bit frustrated in the box as well. But God, it's just not been Matt Doherty's half.
Crisis averted, lad. It's not burning. It's just cooking nicely, browning nicely. So crisis averted.
Okay, you can't complain then.
I've just seen that for Doherty. Honestly, I couldn't describe it better myself. Your reaction was everything there, Matt. It's what, but honestly, this game for me, we've had a couple of chances. It's looking similar to the way the first game went. It could very well end up that way. I really hope that they've learned their lessons and that when they go in at halftime, they're focused on the job in hand. I really hope that is the case.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Are there any subs you'd make at the break, David?
See, it's a hard one, It's a hard one because Bale is looking threatening. Kane is looking threatening. Son is looking threatening. Dele is also looking threatening. It's just that final ball at the minute. One thing I will say is that we don't have a grip in midfield yet with Højbjerg and Ndombele. So if there is a change to be made and it still goes that way in the second half, it's that area I'd be looking at, or maybe switching to a 4-3-3 to accommodate that and push Dele in there to get another number in there. That's the only change I would make. If he doesn't want to make a sub, he could make a tactical change and switch to a 4-3-3 and get the extra body in there and leave Bale, Kane and Son up top and then try and expose them and get them in behind, because Fulham are going to have to go out and play at some stage if they want something again.
Absolutely.
So, that's another option we could do.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Fenn says, David, what have you had for dinner? I didn't hear. What's on the menu?
So basically, look, it was my turn to cook dinner today. So I got up early. I was prepared. Cooked a lovely chicken. I cooked carrots, broccoli, cabbage. I have a bit of cheese sauce there for that as well. And then some baby potatoes. And I'm not sure whether to have a bit of pepper sauce or gravy with that. I'm not decided yet. But everyone in the comment section, feel free to give me your suggestion. And whatever wins, I will have. Because I like both equally. So
you can decide the Irish Hotspurs dinner tonight. I go gravy personally. You got to have a bit of gravy.
Honestly, with that. I wasn't a cook a couple of months ago, but
Matcha. Oh, it's fired over the bar by Lamina. What a chance for Fulham right at the end of this first half.
Was a big one. See,
Fulham got in behind Doherty down that left-hand side. Pulled, who was it? That's so poor by Doherty. He's diving into a challenge where Son already has the situation under control. Then Anthony Robinson breaks down the left-hand side, gets past Sanchez as well, plays it into the box to Josh Maggio, takes a poor touch, lays it off backwards, and Lamina, 12 yards out, he should have scored.
For him to run into. Doherty actually created that space for him to run into. Honestly, that guy, please, if anyone from the club ever tunes into this watch along, and you hear this moment right now, sell Doherty and call up the Irish Hotspur. That's what you need to do. Bring me into that squad, because I will give you a lot more than what he has. And I have a gem of a right foot. I will find Harry Kane consistently week in, week out. This guy is pissing me off now. It's getting to the point where he's actually he's really taking the piss.
He is. Jordan says, Ali playing brilliant and Sanchez looking decent. Also agree with you on that one. We've got, Celery Agent says the pepper sauce, but 1414 York says go for the gravy. So it's a 1-1 at the moment. Fenn says, David sounds lovely, mate. Hope you can enjoy it after a well-earned win. Well, fingers crossed it is a victory if you're sitting down with that afterwards. Joe Grimes says, Doherty, go and play for Athlone. You're useless. My God, he's just not good enough. Celery Agent says, please take off Doherty and Davis. Well, look, there's a chance for Jose to maybe make a change or two because it is half-time.
Is Tanganga on the bench, man?
He is, yeah. Jordan here's calling for that sub as well. Tanganga on
that's
Doherty off.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Someone else said that a second ago as well. Victor H. Yeah, Victor H. I'm saying, bring on Tanganga. I regret sticking up for Doherty. He just hasn't been good enough, has he? He really has not been good enough.
He's been an awful signing. But this is what you get when you buy cheap, Matty. It's what we've been talking about. You buy cheap, you get these stupid errors. Like that last chance there. All he had to do was hold his position. It was under control. Hold your position. What does he do? He goes diving in, creates the space for your man to put the ball by him, cut inside. He throws out a lazy leg, doesn't even bother tracking him. They're straight in, straight down his side, pull back, chance and goal. That's how easy it is. All he had to do was hold his position. And I'm not a right back, Matty. I'm a centre attacking midfielder striker. That's what I am. I'm not even a right back, and I know how to play right back. It's not hard. All he has to do is hold his position, not create the space for him to run into. It's stupid. It's brain dead. Where's your football IQ? This is what we talk about, is these players, these players that come in, and that's why you've seen teams turn us over that shouldn't have turned us over the last few weeks. It's because these players don't have the football brain. I've said it time and time again. You can have all the talent you want. Once you don't have it up here, you're never going to make it mentally, and you have to it has to be mental, but it also has to be switched on positioning wise, decision making wise. You have to have it up here, and Doherty just doesn't, and that's why he's never been at top club. But of course, Tottenham going to take the risk on a 29-year-old rather than paying the extra 10 million and having a right back for the next 6-7 years with Max Aarons or even Lavely was free in the summer. You know what I mean? No, we went and got Doherty. It's baffling. And again, little moments like this just highlights what we've been talking about. It highlights the value of what we've been talking about over the last few weeks with the board, with the recruitment, with the stainless of some of this squad. It really does highlight the value of what we spoke about the last few weeks. And it's taking the piss now. But at the same time, look, it's positive. We're 1-0 up. Hopefully we've learned lessons. We go out here and we kill this game off second half. All it takes is one more goal and they're dead and buried. That's it. They're not scoring through tonight. Fulham don't score 2 goals. They don't. A stat, actually. I have a stat here that I was meant to get out before the game. Fulham have scored the least amount of home goals of any team this season.
Wow.
Any team this season. You know what I mean? So, look, they might get 1, but they're not going to get 2. And this is what I'm saying. We need the second goal to kill it and win it. I said this the last game.
That's encouraging. That is quite encouraging. Darren says substitution time. Lucas says the ref was utter garbage. Kev Williams with the £2 super chat says, why do I feel frustrated with that first half? And look, for me, I'm kind of feeling the same. It's because we're only 1 goal ahead, because I think we should be further ahead. You think back to that chance for Harry Kane in the opening 10-15 minutes, the header straight at Areola. The poor cross from Doherty there at the end could have created an opportunity in the middle for Son or Kane. And also the penalty. I want to talk about that, David. It was Stonewall, wasn't it?
Stonewall penalty. Honestly, I can't believe it wasn't given. Your man, look, he just throws out a lazy leg. He had no intention of going for the ball. He threw out a lazy leg. He clipped Kane. What more do you want? It's even more baffling that to have the time to sit there, look at it 20 times from 20 different angles. They can take 5-10 minutes if they want. It's the way VAR goes, and they still can't come to the correct decision. It's shocking. So I actually posted something at the start of this season, right? It was after the Newcastle game. And I was saying, it's an absolute joke. It's a joke, that penalty that was given. He wasn't even looking at the ball. Do you know what I mean? How can he see when your man heading it down from behind him? And it's going to get to the point where, players just head it off a player's arm, penalty given. And I got absolutely berated on it. It's like, why not call out your team for the missed chances, this, that, and the other? I said, no, look, I've no problems. I agree with that. But that's a disgrace of a decision. Well, I got pelted by fans, rival fans, and everything else. People that just wanted to see me suffer, people that want to see Tottenham suffer. But I think that, and they've been crying over the last few weeks, especially some of the Liverpool fans that gave me pelters. I've been delighted because, they put up the exact team they gave out to me for saying at the start of the season. So time is a great thing. But, and believe me, I've made sure they know, I've come in and I said, well, look, this is what you said to me at the start of the season. There's a screenshot, so stop crying, dry your tears. And, but I think we can all, I think we've all come to an agreement now with that. It's just becoming unbearable and it's ruining the game. Even players are coming out and saying it's ruining the game. It's killing the game. So for the season to be fair till out the end, you're going to have to keep that. You can't just scrap it now because, then you're going to have this argument of, what about all the points that VAR have cost other teams throughout the season? So you're going to have to keep the end of the season. But come the end of the season, it's going to have to be a serious review on it because it's killing football. I've come on things at times and held up signs saying RIP football because it's killing it. It's killing the game. It's taking the passion away from the players, the emotion away from the fans. You get a last-minute winner. There's no going crazy celebrating with the fans. You stand there, you wait anxious for 5 minutes before the decision's given, whether it's a goal or not. It's just becoming unbearable. It's killing it for everybody involved. It's even killing it for the people at home. But the only benefit people have from at home, they get to see what the referees and what they're looking at. But it's even killing it for people at home. It's becoming a
I can't imagine what it's like in the ground when you can't see what they're checking. It's like if you can see he's offside, at least at home you can know. Obviously, if you celebrate if it's a goal
especially when you go to Liverpool and United when they can't even afford a screen in the stadium, lad.
Yeah, but look, by the way, this has been given as an own goal to Tosin Adarabioyo, so no Dele Alli goal. But I've changed at the bottom just to show we do know, but we'll keep talking about a Dele Alli goal on our own for now.
Goal, though. All started with Gareth Bale with that pass. Dele Alli miscontrol, kept the composure, played the ball to Son, and then Son, beats his man, sees the two boys running across, and gets a nice little ball in. It was perfect. Them ones are hard to do because you're being pushed out, but then you also have the goalkeeper, so you need to pull that back in an area where the goalkeeper has to make a decision. He comes or he stays. And it was a great ball into Dele. It was perfect weight on the pass. And all it done was all you had to do was put a touch on it. And for me, you put the touch on it, it was going in. I can't believe it's given us no goal. I feel robbed. I can only imagine how heartbroken Dele is.
Yeah, look, I hope no one says it to him at halftime, or maybe do say it to him at halftime. Get him hungry to go out and get that second goal. Hopefully, he will go out and get another one there. Jay Good says, of course, no Dele goal. A quality guy can finish. Dele can't. Well, I think if you look back at Dele Alli's career, you can see he is a very, very good player in front of goal. He hasn't always been the highest goal scorer, but on his day, he has that ability to put the ball in the back net. Let's look at that goal against Palace, for example. Wayne says, if Dele doesn't get the goal, does that mean he gets an assist? So he'll get a fantasy assist. So like in fantasy football and stuff, he'll get an assist. But in terms of the actual stats, he won't get anything for that. Vince says, I think big bucks hidden men are messing with their game from 200 miles away. At least when the ref had the only say, the big money men couldn't control the game. Now the game is their plaything. And look, there will be that fear of like corruption in the game now. And if you're looking at some of the decisions that have been made, I fully understand people thinking there's a lot more going on. There's envelopes changing hands and things like that, because some of the decisions we've seen have been utterly atrocious. And Luke Shaw saying during that game, was against Chelsea on Sunday with the Hudson-Odoi handball, he said it's almost so the referee said he knew it was a penalty, but he didn't want to give it because people would talk about it, I think is what Luke Shaw said. And look, Harry Maguire came out and said he was lying, but I have a feeling Luke Shaw said exactly what he heard in that pitch, and Harry Maguire's only tried to save face there. Fenn says, I think Dele has been okay, just needs to keep up his work rate for the second half. I agree with you on that one there. David, Gareth Bale, he hasn't really gotten into the game too much, but we know with him, it may only take one moment for him to have his effect in the game. But what
no, he hasn't. But picking up that ball deep like he did, cutting inside, having the composure, playing that pass to break for the breakaway for Dele, Kane, and Son. He had a huge hand in our goal, to be honest. So although he hasn't played well, I don't think anyone's played particularly well, to be honest. But he's had a big hand in our goal with that ball. Fulham pressed.
That's true. He's the one.
He got on the ball and he played. He broke their press and played the ball in behind and released us for that goal. So, I don't think anyone's been standout, to be honest with you. So, look, I think we all expected a bit more, but we do have to remember, these guys have been playing Europa League qualifiers, group stages. Last 32. We're now in the last 16. We've gone all the way in the League Cup to the final. We've had a few FA Cup games thrown in there, and a congested league season already with how late it started. So you know what I mean. They've played a lot of football. So you're going to get games like this, but with games like this, it's just about getting out of there with the 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather go here and park the bus for 90 minutes and get a scrappy 1-0 than go out and play incredible football and have a disgusting 0-0 draw. It's all about the 3 points at the business end of the season, and just getting that win, which at the moment it looks like we could be on course to do, but there is a bit of work to go before then. We have Will there saying he lost his assist for Son, and Fenn saying the same. I got Son in my fantasy Premier League. I'm not happy. But look, his assist is gone. I'm with you all. I wish it was a Dele Alli goal and a Son assist, but for now we'll have to just take the own goal. At the end of the day, they all count the same on the Premier League table. Leland says, let's have a better second half, lads. The second half will be getting underway in a short couple of minutes, but please, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. We're looking to see if we can get to 350 by the end of the live stream. We're currently on 261. If you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button as well. For Tottenham Watch-Alongs, the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, we have live previews, reviews, and any content you could want from a Spurs channel. Make sure to head over to the Irish Hotspur as well and give him a nice subscribe as well while you are at it. And also, if you do want access to exclusive content on this channel, plus live call-in shows and some of the player emojis you've seen floating in the chat throughout the watch-along, make sure to hit that join button down below and everything will be explained for you down there. If you do hit that join button, you can become a channel member for just starting at just £1.99 a month. We currently have 39 channel members, and just give a shout out to all of those, because they do honestly mean a lot, every single one of them. We have Ratty Star, Jeremy Smith, Premier Hotspur TV, Darrow Flanagan, The Last Minute Winner Podcast, RC Sports, Martin Mongan, DJ Samuel, Christopher W, Eunice, JH, The Danish Yid, Bradley Coombs, Wayne Bonner, Paul Markey, Elliot Walsh, Wolf Mauler, Arthur Everett, Noy, Arvin the Analyst, Amir Sarder, James Watson, Kaylee Lowe, Aaron Fernandez, Everything Football, Joe Grimes, Mick McCoy, Officer Doofy, Jordan Kelly, Jiminy, Will Stewart, Spartan 7 Gaming, Vince, Dark Sung G, Caroline King, Leland Edwards, Adam Fox, John McCauley, and Louis Landers. So to every single one of you, thank you so much for that. It is greatly appreciated. Wayne says, Matt and David, have you thought about doing a fantasy football on your channels for next season? I actually did one. I had a league last season, but I always give up after game day 6, so I just didn't bother even doing my own this season. Do you do fantasy football, David?
No, look, I've signed up for it years ago. Look, couldn't really get into it, didn't really understand the rules. To be honest with you, never went back to it since. Look, I know it's become very popular, but I don't know. Look, it is something, we could probably do. Do you know what I mean? But no, I don't know. I'm undecided on fantasy football. Me, I'd rather sit there, watch the game, analyse it, and everything else. You know what I mean? And look, that's where I get my kick from. Fantasy football. I don't know. I probably could go back at it and see, because I could probably win a league or two with it.
I have full faith in you, David. Absolutely full faith in you. I think for me with fantasy football, and I'm actually speaking to Paul O'Driscoll, who's in this chat a while ago. I was speaking to him at work the other day, and he was saying, and I feel like it's the case for everybody, like he's an Arsenal fan for all his sins. But like if, let's say Arsenal are playing West Ham, if he has Manuel Lanzini in his fantasy football and Lanzini scores for West Ham against Arsenal, there's a part of him that's kind of happy because he's getting his 5 points in fantasy football. So there are times that it kind of takes kind of priority with all the the actual real football, which I'm sure isn't something for every football fan. Fen says, cheers, Matt. You two are gems. Keep up the hard work. Well worth the money. Fen, thank you so much. Always enjoy having you call in, and thank you for the support on the channel as well.
Yeah, big
David, what are your thoughts ahead of the second half getting started in a minute or two?
Second half, look, the warnings were there in the first game. If you ever wanted to know the outcome of a game when you switch off, it was there in the first time we played them. In our own ground. So hopefully we've learned our lessons. They come out this half focused, looking to kill them off, looking to go and get that second, third goal. Knowing when the chance arrives, you have to be clinical, you have to take it. At the end of the day, that's why them forwards played the big bucks, is to take the chances when they come. And look, hopefully it happens in the second half. I want to see a much more better performance of in terms of being on the ball, taking care of the ball. I want to see Højbjerg and Ndombele do more in there to get control in there, turn the ball over a bit more. For me, they seem to be breaking on us a lot, and I actually do think they're winning the midfield battle. I wouldn't be surprised at some stage if it keeps going that way to see it switch from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-3-3 to accommodate that and help get bodies in there. Will it come to detriment of our attacking play? Maybe. We might get one or two chances after that and we have to take it. But it's up to the players, to come out here, fight, and prove that Jose's selection was right tonight. And get the job done for the fans, most importantly. That's
it. Once the fans are happy, I think everyone else is happy, but I fully agree with you on that one. Will says, I'm in top 185k right now. Not my best finish, but should break 100 this week. Well, that's certainly a lot better than I've ever done. There's actually some people I work with in the top 10,000 in the world, which, given the job that we're in, probably you'd expect a few of them in there. Jordan says, we don't have a good last of holding on to only 1-0 leads, so second goal is crucial. Fully agree with you on that one as well, Jordan. Fulham, one of the teams who did take away a 1-0 lead for us earlier in the season, was it Alamola Lookman or Ivan Cavallero scoring the header, rising above Eric Dyer. But look, I think this has probably been Eric Dyer's best performance of the season, and it's because he's not on the football pitch. So hopefully Fulham don't manage to file the goal in this one. But anyway, we are underway in the second half. Fulham kicking from left to right. No changes from what I saw at the break, which may suit Spurs. We were in control of that half, so I would hope that it does stay the same as that as the second half progresses. But an early venture forward here for Fulham, that's going to be a comfortable one for Hugo Lloris to deal with. But we've been joined, we're just kicking off in the second half, and already we've had nearly 10,000 people tuning in over the last 2.5 hours. So insane numbers, and definitely the best numbers we've had in a while. Likes were on 266. So come on, let's get to 300, lads. Let's get to 300. Let's see if we can get there before Spurs get their second goal. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already, because it helps us out a lot more than some people realise. It always helps. That's 4. We get to take it again. That's fine.
That's good. David Cook doing his job. Well done. Well time.
First time for everything.
Do you know when we were talking we were talking there about so basically something popped into my head. So someone put a comment in my video the other day, and they were like, "Oh, when Winks took that shot against Everton right at the end of extra time, that's when I knew he wasn't good enough." And I started listening to you guys about what you were saying about them, right? And I was sitting there, and I was like, I remember that noise that you made when he took that shot. And I was like, you know what? I'd say there's a lot of people that had that moment. So a lot of people would have had the same reaction you had that day, lad, when he took that shot. It was so funny.
Oh, that was the one time I let my emotion fully get the better of me during a live watch. Like usually, I like to think I keep myself in check. For the most part, like everyone's going to have those moments, but I just could not hold back the anger.
What you need to do is you need to clip that, and every time there's a bad shot in front of goal, you need to play that on the watch. That's what you need to do.
Do you know what? I watched it back recently again. I think the best part of it is if you just start laughing straight away, like we're all sitting there absolutely furious. You just start giggling away to yourself. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, because I get it. There's straight away as soon as you've done it. It's just one of them moments where you just let your frustration out, and it makes you make noises or say things that you'd never normally ever do. You know what I mean? It's so funny. But I really think that was the realization moment for you, where you were like, "Nah, look, this guy, get him out." You know what I mean? It was so funny, lad.
Yeah. Oh, poor Harry Winks. I hear Son looking for Dele Alli, but it's not enough in the past there. Joachim Anderson able to come across.
You need pace to get that through.
Yeah, there's not enough weight in the ball. It's poor from Son, but look, just trying to get back into the swing of things. The second half starts. Here's Ben Davis playing it all the way back to Toby Alderweireld, because where else would he go?
Yeah, of course. It's Mr. Anonymous.
Fen says, Maddie, at least it's one of your best performing videos on YouTube. Exactly. All about the views, is it?
Well, that's it. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show that you're going in the right direction with your content and what you're doing, Matty. So, keep it up, man. You deserve it. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing this without you, without your help, without you actually being generous and taking the time out and really helping me out with things, just like Ben and Sim from We Are Tottenham TV, because, look, I always think that people think that, these YouTubers, like, there are some of them that are, that would be selfish, wouldn't give you a leg up or wouldn't try and tell you things because obviously they don't want the competition. But one thing I'll say about you is, man, you've always been so nice to me. You've helped me out big time. You've took time out to help me get up and running. And anytime I've needed advice, even if it's silly questions at 1 o'clock in the morning that pops into my head, you've always been there to give me a dig out and give me advice on it. And, it hasn't gone unnoticed, lad. And I really do appreciate it. And I just want people to understand that as well. You know what I mean? Because you could have been closed off and said, I don't want the competition. Why would I tell him? I got off my own arse and I found out my own way. But, you genuinely took the time out to help me. And all I can ever do is be grateful and indebted for you for doing that for me. You know what I mean? Because there are people out there, like I said, that wouldn't do it. And you know what I mean? So fair play to you, man.
Yeah, David, look, I always say to you, it's you've given back to me as much as I've given to you in terms of, like, these watch-alongs. It was you who told me to start doing these, and who actually joined me in the first one against was it the Arsenal game? I think then Marcelo popped in as well. But look, you've done as much for my channel as much as I've done for yours. I really do appreciate that. We've run here saying Matt having better performances in the back line in the recent game. But yeah, no, David, honestly, thank you so much for all the time you give up for the watch-alongs, the podcasts and all that. And I know I don't get onto your channel as much as I should, as much as I would like to, but I really do appreciate that. Mr. K says,
look, it comes down to, look, you're working. I'm not working at the minute. You know what I mean? Everyone knows. I've been out. I've been sick the last while. I'm just sitting back recuperating. So I have all the time in the world. I love doing these things, coming on, making appearances. I love these watch-alongs. I'd never want to lose them, to be honest with you. I think they're great. And I love being invited on, onto your channel, because questions you ask me, they trigger me, and it helps me go deeper into my football knowledge. Sometimes you're on other channels, and you can get questions where they want the funny side out here, whereas your questions trigger me and get my football knowledge out. So I really enjoy it. You know what I mean? And look, you're working, Matt. It's a lot harder for you to get on my channel because, look, I'm not scheduled. For me, I sit there, I feel it. I'm like, right, I'll go live in an hour. I'm feeling it.
Fulham nearly scored. Just by the way, Joachim Anderson with the header off a set piece. Lloris made a really, really good save to tip that one over the bar. Almost an equaliser there. It's a free kick in from the left-hand side. Anderson flicks it on. That's an incredible save from Hugo Lloris. That is an utterly...
Who's marking him? No one. Sanchez.
He just gets fingertip onto the crossbar. Oh, what a save!
Oh, you
34 years of age, and he's still putting things out like that.
Matt, you're a
Absolutely.
goalkeeper. You can appreciate the art of that.
Yeah, look, I would have caught that. I'm unreal. Oh, nice catches.
No. Oh, well done, you go. Come on.
Fenn showing his appreciation there for that one. Arian says, you two are really an amazing channel to watch games, but you both deserve a career in this platform. Honestly, thank you very much for that, Arian. I do appreciate that. Look, I know I always thank David and Marcelo. I need to thank you as well for stepping into these watch-alongs, Arian. Sometimes when I'm not here, I do really appreciate that. It certainly does not go unnoticed. But look, I'm thankful for David. David's thankful for me. We're all thankful for each other. It's a wonderful community, and that's what I always want this channel to be. Is a community. Like there's always so many names I see in this live chat. You know, just after Facebook here, 92, or Mr. K and Chemo, the last 3 comments, you're always in here. I appreciate all the viewers as well. Yeah. A whole lot of love around here tonight. Let's hope we can match it with a victory as Doherty adds to Ndombele's clearance there, and Spurs look to get out, but Ola Aina able to header that down to Cavallero. Davis, keep your hands down.
We really do. Like, you know, they've had 3 chances there. 3 chances. You know, this. I'm not being funny, but like I said before the game, I think if they had Mitrovic on right now, you know, they'd probably capitalise on 1 or 2 of them. We really do need to cop on here right now. We need to start getting a grip in midfield. What do you reckon he does? Make a substitution or change the formation?
I honestly think it's just a case of slow starts again, because we had it against West Ham where, look, we conceded early on in both games. I think he knows we're slow starters. So if we can just keep a hold of the game rather than actually going after it, I think maybe there'd be a chance to get another goal or 2 once we do get our foot down on the ball again. And look, it happened in the first half. It took 1 chance for us to get our confidence back and manage then to take control of that game. But it is a bit of a concern now how easily Fulham are finding space there. Jordan says change the fullbacks. Do you think we might see Reguilon, David?
Look, for me, my more pressing issue is Doherty, to be honest with you. Ben Davies, look, you know, he hasn't added anything, but you know, he's been more steady than what Doherty is. My pressing issue would be getting Doherty off and bringing on Tanganga first and foremost. And then if Ben Davies starts acting the prick, then, you know, you take him off and bring on Reguilon. First and foremost, we need to get Doherty off the field, honestly, man. Yeah,
he's had an absolute mare so far.
4-year-old mare, and we need to give him a 4 or 5. Not messing.
Oh, I won't be that generous.
To see any higher.
There is our match clock.
We're
about 6 seconds behind that clock, but again, I apologize. It is the best we can offer here. So we're at 6 seconds behind the clock on screen there. If anyone does want to almost sync up with us, if that makes sense, you probably won't be exactly with us, but 6 seconds behind that at the moment. Fenn there praising the tackle Doherty put in there a second ago. Spurs went back high up the pitch with Kane. Bale feeds it in towards Hyman. Some that's good defending by Aina. Is that Hoybier picking up the loose ball? Bale tries to turn past Robinson. He wins it back. Bale with a good tackle.
Come on, let's go.
Poor ball again from Son. That's 2 or 3 in this half where Son has had a chance to put us in on goal. Not enough on the pass. And there's just no conviction. Is he not confident it's going to make it through? Is he hesitant? I don't know what.
I felt he should have shot that, to be honest, because once he didn't play that first time, the passing lane was closed off. It was closed off for me. I think once he took a touch, he had to line one up for the shot.
Yeah, Fenn agreeing there, saying Son should have had a pop there. But look, there's 35 minutes for us to get another goal. Let's hope we can. Fulham again back in possession and kind of controlling the tempo of this half. But as Skippy says, it's a carbon copy of the first half. Let's keep things as it is and, you know, kind of slowly wrestle the game back into our own control. As Doherty can see the throw high up the pitch there for Fulham and a chance for them to put together another consistent attack. We're at 271 likes. Please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well if you are new, and head over to the Irish Hotspur as well. We greatly appreciate it over there.
I really will.
Dara said, missed my David chant. Gutted. In the comments, is it? In the comments, I'll go back and I'll see if I can find it. Leland says Son's not looking sharp. He hasn't been on the best form for a while. But I think people have been reluctant to say that because the way I always describe it with Son is he could, looking to defend through Delhi, but it's good interception. Son in the past has been that type of player who'd score 10 goals in 10 games and then he wouldn't score for another 10 games. So he's a purple patch player where at the end of all that, it's 1 goal in every 2 games, like 10 and 20. It looks a lot better than none in the last 10 as Loftus-Cheek here as a chance for Fulham.
it's a bit similar to what Jermaine Defoe used to do with Tottenham, to be honest with you. You know, they'd have this perfect patch where they're absolutely like, you know, they're probably on their day, they feel like they're best in the world. But then, like you said, they go through this patch where they don't. But one thing I will say is someone's actually incredible against Burnley. He had 2 assists. If Harry Kane put the chance at the end, he would have had a hat-trick of assists. And like I always say, a goal is just, an assist is just as good as a goal. Because without the pass, there's no goal. So an assist is just as good as a goal. And look, if it's not happening for you in front of goals, at least make that assist. At least keep chipping away at the numbers. So, look, you know, son, look, he's another 30 minutes to go. So, look, hopefully, I think he might nick one, you know, or at least assist one. You know, he's already got that ball across. He already got that ball across for Dele Alli. So, as poor as he has been again, he's him and Bale, the ball had a hand in that goal.
Yeah, he's got an assist in Orwise. Ndombele driving forward there, pushed over by Lookman. And it is a free kick for Spurs. Connor says Yates would really take a hold of this game. I'd say, look, I think Medine would be a better option here, Connor. I'm not going to lie. I'd take Medine. CYP says, do you think Ndombele should be playing more attacking? My opinion on this was when he was playing in that number 10 earlier in the season, and he was up in our high press, he was in that 4-4-2. He was that 2 with Harry Kane. I said he should keep playing attacking because he had the chance last season in a defensive position and he wasn't good enough. And then he moved further up the pitch and he was doing better. So I thought, well, look, by that logic, he probably should be playing in a more attacking role. But I think there's a whole new dynamic offered to our team when he is in that double pivot with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Yeah. Not only because the two of them just seem to complement each other really well, but it gives us an extra man there to have in the attacking position. And if you want Ndombele running from a deep position to join the attack, he's certainly a better option than Moussa Sissoko. So for me, I do prefer seeing Ndombele in a deeper role, but that's an opinion that has definitely changed over the last couple of months. What's your take on that, David?
Yeah, no, look, I was with you. Look, I still think he probably does benefit. Like if you were to play him say, for instance, in where Dele Alli's playing today, I do think in the long run, I think that is where he's going to end up. I do think he'll really benefit for us. I think what they're trying to turn him into is what Moussa Dembele used to be. Because remember, he used to play where Dele Alli used to play for Fulham. When Dembele was playing for Fulham, that's where he used to play. And when we first brought him to Tottenham, that was his position, is where Dele plays now. But we converted him into that midfielder who was able to pick up the ball and drive and get us up the field single-handedly. And I think given time, Dembele has shades of that, or Ndombele. It's just about him keeping up his fitness and having the drive and keeping motivated to do it. And if he does, then we found a perfect replacement for Dembele. It's very similar the way they both came in, kind of playing that more attacking role, but then we dropped them deeper and unlock a whole new game altogether. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Look, I don't care where the players play as long as they play to the best of their ability. I think at the end of the day is the most important thing. Just an update on the other Premier League game that is currently going on. I did not know it was going on, but it is. West Brom are drawing 0-0 with Everton at the moment, so potentially points dropped there for Everton in the race for top 4, which is good news for Spurs. If we're to continue this run of form, I think we could be looking to be back in that top 4 race very, very soon. As Harrison Reid here gets past Ndombele, plays it into the middle of the park to Loftus-Cheek. Where's that Madja? Then he plays it through to Loftus-Cheek.
Well done.
Yet again, incredibly
what defending.
And so calm and composed to play that ball out towards Kane. But Sanchez having another very, very good game. Another very good game. Dara says, it's up there, Matt. I'll sing it again if Fulham score. Look, you can sing it again anyway, Dara, because there's a lot of comments here. I had to look for the second one. I couldn't find it.
Who does he support? Liverpool?
Liverpool, yeah, the poor lad.
Are they not playing Chelsea now in like an hour or two?
Yeah, actually, lineup's just out for that game. That's kicking off in an hour, yeah.
I'd be very quiet until that game's over, if I'm honest. In fairness, I actually do think Liverpool beat them. I think Chelsea, look, they're going to have all the possession in and around the box, but I don't think they'll have enough to put Liverpool to bed.
Goes over the bar.
Again, down the right-hand side. It's put back off the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I think Chelsea will get the 3 points at Anfield tonight. Or is it at Stamford Bridge? No, yeah, it's at Anfield.
No, it's at Anfield, no.
Yeah, no, it is. I can't predict this Liverpool team to win games, to be honest, just because just looking at this tackle again here by Sanchez.
That's fantastic defending. That's all about strength there, because it's very easy because he was here we go. Here we go. Sai Parker, he's listening to me.
Oh, he's watching, David.
I'm telling you, if we don't get a second, he's getting the equaliser.
Oh, if Mitrovic scores the equaliser, I will not be happy. Here's Cavallero breaking forward for Fulham, plays out the right hand side.
No, look all that
Who's that?
space.
Oh, save again by
Well
Lloris.
done, Hugo.
Was that Josh Maja breaking forward? Played out the right hand side to Cavallero, put it back into Josh Maja. No one marking him, and he tried to beat Lloris at the near post. But it's a good save.
Oh,
And
lad,
turning again
this
in
is
the box.
easy.
Oh, it's cleared
Well
off
done,
Goodman.
Embele.
Here's Maja.
Oh,
Hits it. It's 1-1.
no, that's it.
We've been asking for that. We were not getting that ball clear. There were no tackles going in. The marking wasn't happening, and Josh Maja has drawn Fulham level at Craven Cottage. Abubakar
I told you,
Kamara.
if he didn't come out and want it, this was going to happen.
That's shocking.
How many saves does Lloris have to make? These two fullbacks have cost us today. Ben Davies down his side. Look, how many times have I said to you the amount of space they always get down Ben Davies' side?
That's so poor by Sanchez, kicking it straight off as a Cavallero. That's such a good chance to clear it.
Oh my God. And he's way on as well.
After covering himself in glory with that tackle a few minutes ago, Sanchez back to his brutal best. And Fulham are level with 62 minutes played.
Fuck's sake.
Not sure how I feel about that one. Oh, has it been ruled out? They're lining up for a free kick. Checking for a handball. Oh, that's not a handball, is it?
Well, it's off his arm, and no goal leading from the arm can lead to a goal. That's what they say. That's the rule.
That's by his side. That's never a handball.
It doesn't matter. That's the rule. It says no goal.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's the rule. No goal can. No, you cannot get a goal with any sort of interference from the hand. It cannot lead to a goal. So it's a correct decision according to the law. Harsh, yes, but we've been let away with one. Jose needs to make a substitution now. We talk about game management. Jose needs to make a sub and wake these fuckers up.
As a Spurs fan, I have to say I think that is a wrong decision.
Yep.
And people always say to me when I come out giving out about a decision for Liverpool or Manchester United, it's like, oh, if it was Spurs, you'd say that was the right decision. No,
I think I'm not gonna lie.
I say it as I see it, and I think that should have been a goal. I do not think that was a handball by Mario Lemina. I think that is the incorrect decision. But
no, I fully agree, Matty. But the letter of the law is any goal with a handball in the build-up to it cannot stand. So the letter of the law, it's right, but it's wrong. It's wrong. Look, his arm is by his side. There's nothing he could do. It's harsh. It's extremely harsh. If I was Fulham, I'd be really pissed off. But I'll take it. I would take anything to get the 3 points done. I really would. I'm so happy. I'm not going to lie.
Even by the rule, that's not a handball because his hand is by his side. His hand is stuck.
But with the goal rule, no goal can lead with anything coming off your hand. So,
but that's only if it's a hand that in the middle of the pitch is not given as a free kick. If your hand is by your side, the ball is allowed to hit your hand. That for me is an absolutely atrocious decision. That is a shocking decision. But again,
but you know what? I love it. I love it. We're still in the lead. Because if not, Mitrovic would be coming on to get the winner. So now at least if he's coming on, it's only to get the equaliser. So I'm so relieved. I'm not going to lie, lad. Because I'll be honest, it's exactly what we feared. Like I said before the game, you've only ever seen us put 45 minutes together in this campaign, never 90. That show on this half, we did say if they didn't come out firing and they didn't come out, learning their lessons and not take the chances when they present themselves, Fulham will come back into the game and get one goal. And they've proved that they can. You know what I mean? So it's about waking up now. But I also do feel Jose needs to make a sub and make something different happen to try and change the way this game is going because it's all them at the minute.
It is, yeah. Rob here from the Last Minute Winner podcast tuning in. Rob, thanks so much for tuning in. If you do want to see a Liverpool fan crying later, head over to the Last Minute Winner podcast for a live watch along for the Chelsea-Liverpool game. Rob says, were you just blessed again? I don't know how Fulham's goal was ruled out there. It was the wrong decision, but as a lot of people are saying in the live chat, swings and roundabouts, we should have had a penalty in the first half. Oh, that's gone wide. I thought that was in the back of the net again. We're very lucky that goal was ruled out. But Dara said miss it again. Did I miss? Dara, I'm sorry. Did I miss? There's a lot going on in the live chat there, Dara. I won't lie. Corner comes in, headed away by Gareth Bale. Matt Doherty tries to add to it and just misses the football. It's a Cavallero recovering it, pulls it back. I think Fulham have made a couple of changes here. I'm not entirely sure who has come on.
I think Cavallero came in. I think they held back the Mitrovic one, if I'm correct.
Hopefully it is the case.
Honestly,
let me just-
I really do think if he comes on with the balls they're putting into the box and how vulnerable we are from set pieces, he's their man to get them back in this game. And I hate to say it. And like I said before, he's a man I really want to Tottenham. I think he's ideal backup to Harry Kane. You know what I mean? If he's strong, he's big. With the balls, quality of the balls we can get into the box at times, he can capitalise. But we have Lucas Moura coming on, which is good, Matty.
I'm not happy with this sub.
No, look, what I will say is, look, maybe Delhi, look, I did say about Gareth Bale having to manage his legs. For me, I want Lucas Moura in that number 10 role. I want him putting the press on them nice and high. He's also bringing in Moussa Sissoko. So do you think he's going 4-3-3, like I was saying, and getting an extra body in the middle to try and get a handle on it in there?
Unless Ndombele is moving up to that number 10, it is possible. But Lucas and Sissoko on for Bale and Delhi. I'm not happy to see Bale and Delhi go off, to be honest. I would have preferred at least one of them to stay on, but I'm sure that just kind of shows where that Jose is just trying to hold out for this 1-0 victory, which for me says it's going to end 1-1. I'm not happy with these substitutions, to be honest with you. But
yeah, no, look, you can see straight away he's gone into a 4-3-3. He's trying to get an extra body in midfield. So Sissoko's gone in there, so he's not playing the alley role, which means Lucas is out on the right. But look, if we can get the ball and get a quick breakaway, it could work. But surely, like you can't tell me that he went into that dressing room and told them to sit back for that long period of time in the second half. You can't.
No, but he's done it now though. Straight away. Yeah. Ndombele's up in that 4-4-2 with Harry Kane. That is our trademark low block. 25 minutes left here, Fulham, and he's parking the bus. Those people who say I just love Jose and never say a bad word about him, he's made a mistake here. I think he's made a big mistake here. Being
honest, Matty, I actually, in a way, I kind of disagree because looking at the game, we did need that extra body in midfield to stem the flow of the amount of attacks they were breaking on us. You know what I mean? So they have that extra man in midfield, and it was starting to show the second half. So for me, I think it was important to get that extra body in midfield and give Ndombele and Højbjerg help because they've played a hell of a lot of football. They're tired as well. You know what I mean? So getting Sissoko in there, fresh pair of legs, hopefully he actually runs about today and gets stuck in. It might help us. But a lot of the times we've seen that, we have conceded a lot of the possession. So it is worrying in that aspect, especially when you have Davies left back and Doherty right back. But look, it might just work out in our favour tonight.
Fingers crossed, but it's going to be a long 20-something minutes anyway.
It is. It's going to be painful.
Halfway line, we're barely inside our own box.
Put the beers away and get out the coffee because we all need to stay tuned in. This is going to be a big 20 minutes for this season. This is a crucial 20 minutes for this season, honestly. People don't underestimate how big this is. We're a top 4 push. Your confidence going into Europa League, confidence going into League Cup. This is a huge 20 minutes to get a back-to-back win and build some momentum. And, of course, Davies gives his man about 30 yards out on the left-hand side. Let's put in and has a shot, football across.
Offside, though.
This is the problem with Ben Davies, Matty. How much space does the winger tend to get? I know he's offside now, but you've seen it time and time again this game. When the ball goes down his side, he's always 15 yards away from them.
Yeah. Look, if Robert Snodgrass can get the better of Ben Davies, anybody can. Everton have taken the lead away to West Brom, with Charlison scoring after 65 minutes in that one. So
don't count West Brom out. They usually get a goal at home. Don't count them out of that yet.
Yeah. But as it stands anyway, a bit of a setback for Spurs in any race of top 4 that we may be trying to get back into. That will move Everton up into 4th place on 46 past West Ham, and here is Alexander Mitrovic. And look, this is going to suit Fulham down to the ground. Spurs camped in their own box, and Mitrovic there to make a nuisance of himself.
If you're Scotty Parker, right, and you're looking at this game, straight away you're saying, right, we're getting drives down both sides out of them fullbacks. You get the ball out wide, you get the ball into Mitrovic and let him attack it and do the rest. So if you're Scotty Parker, you can tell his game plan right now. That's what he's going to do. So for me, we need to make a change at fullback. One of the fullbacks have to come off. Either bring on Reguilon or Tanganga. One of them have to come on. Me, preferably. I really do think we need to take Doherty off the pitch. But Ben Davies is starting to become worrying as well the longer this game goes on.
Yeah. Spandan here with the super chat.
Maybe what he could have done, Matty. Would you agree if he would have brought on Reguilon and Tanganga and took off Doherty and Davies and tried to play football with the boys coming on?
That's what I want. As London 1 there says, attack is the best form of defence. And I feel like that if we got that second goal, game over, Fulham don't even try. But now they're trying to They feel they can get something out of this game, and that's what Sunday play does. It gives other teams hope and some sort of confidence that they can actually get what they want out of the game. Spandan here with a $2 super chat saying Lucas is brought in for fast dribbling and counter. Yeah, and that for me falls into the idea of us parking the bus. And as Vince says, we are parking the bus, and that's not what we want from here. Look, 8 men back in the box there. Fulham have possession in the midfield. Ball into the box. How do we have everyone in our box and they still have a man over?
Yeah.
Shot inside my Doherty.
And this is exactly what I was saying. Scotty Parker's identified it. Look at the amount of space they're getting out on that right-hand side and out that left-hand side to get balls into the box. They're getting that much space now. They're actually doubling it up. So which means every 30 seconds we're facing a cross. And by the law of averages, if they keep coming in at that pace, they're eventually going to capitalize on one of these. We need to stop the stem of this. We need to stop the flow of this big right now. If there's any time to do it, it's now. Oh, come on, Sonny.
I'm gutted. I think we've just given this 3 points away. Look, I hope I'm wrong. I hope to God I'm wrong. But from what I'm watching here, I don't think Spurs keep a clean sheet today. Here's Harrison Reid back to Areola. Jordan with the £5 super chat says, shocking watch this being completely run all over. So much space for Fulham. Joke. Fully agree with you, Jordan. Thank you again for the super chat. I know you're always putting those in, so we really do appreciate that. And I agree with you. The first half we started slowly but dominated the rest of it, and all that hard work has been put at risk here by these tactics by Jose. I'm actually quite upset, quite angry at how we are approaching this. And Jamie says that old familiar feeling. It's been a while. Cavalier with the cross. Davis hits it back towards the middle of the box.
He's a clown, that guy. Honestly, he belongs at Arsenal with the amount of mistakes to make. That's where he belongs. No, look, Look, I could see what Josie was trying to do with getting an extra midfielder in the box. But looking at it, maybe he was just better off bringing on Reguilon and Tanganga and changing the two fullbacks and trying to, start getting on the ball again and playing out from the back and dictating possession. Because right now we are alarmingly dropping deep. Look how much time their defenders have on the ball now to pick passes and giving their players time to run in behind and make certain movements, which makes it harder because we're just dropping off and trying to fill up spaces and gaps. We're talking about fucking Fulham here.
Yeah. Possession in the last 5 minutes, 88% for Fulham. Just when you think we've made some bit of progress. Just when you think we've made some bit of progress, going playing attacking football, scoring 4 against Burnley.
Now, one of these fields, oh my God, that doesn't give you confidence. One of them has to call for that.
If we do not win this game, full blame, 100% blame to Jose Mourinho. I've never said that about a Spurs game before. Eric Lamela is coming on now. I assume it'll be for Heung-min Son. Sren Dombele.
So maybe he's going back to a 4-2-3-1 now, maybe, and getting the press on with Lucas coming into the middle and Lamela out on the right. I think maybe he's realised his mistake and he's trying to rectify it, Matty. What do you think?
Hopefully. And we've seen Lucas playing that number 10 role, Lamela on the right before. So look, maybe a sub here for actually Fulham as well. Joe Bryan is coming on for Anthony Robinson in the left wing back position. Maybe he is actually seeing his mistake. Maybe it's a tactic, as you were saying earlier in the game, to try and get Fulham drawn out. Maybe he's trying to do that again. So now we can bring him up. But look, having said that, Harry Kane is playing left back right now. So I don't know, Lamela back in his own box. Hopefully it is a bit of a tactical switch to try and regain some control of this game. But I
think what you were saying could be right. I genuinely think maybe he has he's realised his mistake, realised that it hasn't gotten into the game like he thought it would, and he's trying to change it quickly again. Maybe, and putting Lucas back in that number 10 so that he can get up there and press with Harry Kane, which means they're going to have to go longer. Hopefully that is the case. I honestly feel like I'm working at Sky Sports today, man. We're killing this with tactical analysis. Today it's tuned in. I'm not messing.
We're class, David. Never forget that. Let's take a look at the likes. Let's take a look at the viewers. We're up at 274 likes. Please help us get to 300. That is 150 people watching right now. So smash that like button if you haven't already. It helps us out a lot. Gets a lot more people to see the stream. It's completely free for you, and it really does help us out a lot. And it gets other people in here to see the fantastic content that we produce on a weekly basis. We've also had over 10,000 people tuning in over the last almost 3 hours. So thank you to every single one of you for that. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Head over to the Irish Hotspur and let us know down in the description or in the live chat if you think Spurs are going to hold on to this lead, because that at the moment is what appears to be the plan. Here's Harrison Reid for Fulham back to Anderson. Now I need to plug in my laptop, but when I plug in my laptop, it usually stops working, which is far from ideal, but it'll die if I don't. Lamella, awful, terrible touch. Gives it away.
I'd say Will is at home fucking hiding in his closet now that Lamella's on.
I was just going to say, Will, what do you make of that first touch by Lamella?
He's sitting at home in the closet shaking. Come on, lads. Come on.
God, I'm terrible.
What I will say is that sub has had a temporary effect. We are playing in their half.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's our first time getting out. Look, a second goal is all I want. Just get that second goal. We can relax for the last 15 minutes of the watch.
Yeah, we can start seeing Tottenham boys making all the noise and everything, go whole hog.
Well, I lose it in the box. Doherty back to Højbjerg. They've recovered that well, to be fair. It's gone all the way back to Hugo, but I think that was the right decision. Darren says still winning. That's good. It's good for now.
So far, his substitution has worked with Lamella coming back on. But Harry Kane, he needs to start being more up top. He's dropping too deep right now, Harry. He needs to be further up the top. So when someone wins that, he has to be in a position to get on the end of that. Not standing in front of him. He should be the last man. He needs to be pushing higher up, because when he's not pushing higher up, it's making us with no focal point, which making the ball harder to stick up front.
Yeah. Will says, worrying turn of affairs, lads, but we're still in for the 3 points. Let's steady the ship. That's what we need. Just calm things down a bit. Look, we've done well the last couple of minutes, as David said, since Lamella came on. We have been in Fulham's half a little bit more, which is obviously they're not going to score from there. They don't have Xabi Alonso or Charlie Adam in their team. But there's a corner here for Spurs, a chance to get the ball in the box. Second goal ends it.
This is Kane's moment.
Will says, I already commented OMG and then a load of scared emojis. As Thuig says, let's just grind this out now. That's what we need. Son anyway taking the corner on the left hand side. Oh, how we'd love another goal right now.
Oh, well, look, Harry Kane's forehead looks like the ball's going to be attracted to it right now. Come on, please, Kane. Attack this with some vigor.
Son with the corner.
Sorry, that was shite.
Sambo and Gisa carries it out.
Didn't even get off the ground.
Oh, that was terrible by Son. Shades of Ericsson there.
Do you reckon that's tiredness or just lacks in concentration?
A bit of both, I'd say. A bit of both. Yeah. He's played a lot of football, to be fair. Good press there by Lamella, though, to force Sambo and Geese out of play. And
what's referee looking at? What are we looking at here?
I don't know. He's probably lost his whistle or something. Knowing David Coon. Here's Doherty anyway to take the throw on the right hand side to Lamella. Back to Doherty. Lamella again.
Where's Lamella?
Fulham with a lot of men back, looking to take them all on. Oh, he's done very well there. Go on, Lamella. Go on, Lamella. The best assist I've ever seen.
What play? That was some skill, lad. Now back to your keeper.
Oh, Lamella, it was a fantastic run on the right hand side, but good defending in the end. Cut out the pass to Harry Kane. He got past the ball. It's a throw in now for Fulham.
Jeez, he went by about 4 players there, lad. That's like me on the Astro. Look at that. See, that's what I do on the Astro, lad. Oh, that's quality.
He's finally perfected that ball roll. I saw him do one against Burnley Sunday. When he's tried it for 8 years. He's been trying that, and finally,
man, on Twitter you see him ball rolling by tanks and everything. Now, hopefully they clip that one and put that one up today.
Oh, they better. That was incredible, Lamella. But the ball did not end up in the back of the net, so we forget it. We move on and we worry again. Fulham building from the back.
I say Will Stewart is going nuts right now when we're talking about Lamella like that, lad.
Rob says it's David Coote, the referee. Indeed, he absolutely is. Should we get some Lamella chance in here, just so Will knows he knows how we really feel? Here's the Daraboyo. Pings it out towards
again. 20 years on the ball. That's our ball.
Again. Cross block again by Davis. Shot from the edge of the box, scuffed by Lookman. Toby manages
to get in and take that ball. Get
Lamina.
Hold of it for fuck's sake. Oh, what is that?
Lamina finds Anguissa. Anguissa taking on. It's my god.
That's shocking.
Too easy. He does a step over and Doherty runs 20 yards the wrong way. You saw that though. One step over and Doherty. Oh my god, he's nearly back in Ireland at that rate.
Oh my god, look at him! Look at him! Look at the stare of him! Take him off!
Oh my god. Wayne says, I think I may
so
have to
true.
use the toilet roll for the rest of this game. Fences 10 to go. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, man, Doherty is such a bad defender. And it hurts me to say it. It really does. It's so bad.
Oh God, that was the best comment of the game. I'm not messing.
Oh, God. I wish it weren't true, but...
Right, we need to stop playing football, tell us, and someone needs to get the ball down and take control of it here. You know, they're not playing for the Grand Slam at fucking Wimbledon. They're down at the Thames having a day out.
That one should run through comfortably to Lloris. Oh, Sanchez! Oh, God.
Honestly, this is a hard attack waiting to happen. I'm not messing. I just have that feeling it's a late one coming.
Will isn't happy with Lamela. I said there was no outcome to it, so it's irrelevant. Joe Bryan looks to cross it in, deflects off Mora, and it's out for another throw into Fulham down that left-hand side. Skippy says one step over and he runs 20 yards the wrong way. Classic. it's the unfortunate truth in our case. It really is. Chipped out the left-hand side or right-hand side.
Oh my God, he's always Matty. Please, honestly, why is he always 20 yards away? Please, I need an explanation. I really can't put up with watching this guy anymore. You know what I mean? Oh, he's so frustrating.
Sanchez heads it into Sissoko, lumps it on. Kane gets a touch. Here's Lucas back into Kane. No, Kane looks really, really tired. Lamela hitting the face by the ball. There's the ref going to stop it. No, he's getting back up on his feet. Son looks to break forward, plays it into Lamela. Left hand side. Back into Lamela.
Well done, Sissoko.
Harry Kane, I think he's offside. Oh, it's a great save by Areola.
What save?
Oh, I think he would have been offside anyway.
What happened to the rebound strike? Oh,
he skied it. Oh, that was a good move by Spurs. Sissoko into Lamela onto Harry Kane. Oh, the awareness there by Lamela was incredible to play that ball through. And then Kane was just on the stretch. It was disappointing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They probably sent out a search and rescue team out onto the Thames looking for that ball.
Should Kane do better here?
I think that. All he has to do is lift it. He should have lifted it.
Wayne says someone get Doherty a compass so he knows where to go.
Honestly, someone send him on a hiking trip and tell him to get lost.
Oh, God. 7 minutes of regular time left. And you know it's bad when you're talking about 7 minutes left.
Yeah. Come on, Lamela, wake up.
7.
Offside.
Oh, come on, Spurs.
I'm nervous. This is making me nervous.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Kane should have buried that opportunity. Oh, what a kind of follow-up is that, honestly. That would be a great kick in rugby, kicking it out to touch like that. That is fucking follow-up.
He'd win the rugby equivalent of a Ballon d'Or if he did that.
Oh, stop. He'd be snapped up by Munster to play a fly half long.
Are Munster good?
I don't know, lad. I used to watch like Munster in the Heineken Cup when I was growing up, but now I only really watch the Six Nations or the Rugby World Cup, and that's even sometimes. Like, you know, obviously I'd rather watch football, so when the football's on, sometimes I don't even bother with the Six Nations.
Fair. Yeah, no, you'd never catch me watching rugby. Martin says Madja to equalise. Well, he technically already has, but thankfully VAR was on our side with that decision.
Mitrovic looking for the ball there. He's looking hungry. He'll have a point to prove. So if they get a delightful ball in the box, I'm telling you, he will get on the end of it.
Aina chips the ball into the box. Doherty heads it away. Lookman's going to keep that in, feeds it back to Joe Bryan. Zambo and Gisa making the run inside, fed well.
Anyone going to get out to him? Any chance today? Doherty lets the ball in across, and Reece Stills with it. Thank fuck for that.
Good goalkeeping there.
Man, these fullbacks, honestly, Jesus Christ. I've seen bad, but this is awful. You know, we've had fullbacks. Do you know when you're playing for your town? I don't know whether you had that problem, because where I live, it was a small town. And sometimes, you know, you'd only have the bare 11. And, you know, your worst player, even though he's right-footed, you play him left back. Your worst player, you just stick in the fullbacks. Now, I've even seen them have better days playing left back, the worst player on the team, and they're right-footed. Do better than what Ben Davies and Doherty are doing at fullbacks.
Yeah. And look, everyone identified it before the game. Like, it's not as though this is a surprise. Everyone knew our fullbacks were a weak point tonight, and it's proven to be unfortunately true. But Davis can Magic keep that in? No, my stream froze. We'll never know. No, it's gone out of play out for a goal kick.
No, it's gone out. Thank God. Take about 5 minutes taking this kick, please. Look, I know we haven't played well, right? And I know, like, if we do win, it's true an own goal. But the main thing is momentum and keeping the points coming in, keeping it taking over. Like we said before the game, we don't really care how we win, just as long as we win.
Yeah. 3 points is the only thing that I've had a Liverpool fan text me saying that Maja one was the worst VAR decision he's ever seen. How about every penalty your team has gotten over the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, 100%.
Salah diving it. Skippy, not aimed at you. Just we love having you in the chat. I hope we don't frustrate you with that, but Salah dives.
I think Skippy secretly loves the Liverpool jibes, you know that. I think he does. But honestly, I've said so many times, it's not an 87-minute game. You know, there's no point in these defenders staying switched on for 87 minutes. It's a 94, 95-minute game, and we need to stay switched on.
Yeah, and there's a chance here for Fulham to break.
Someone just take him down and take the card.
Well
done, Lucas. That's what we're talking about.
Jordan says Lloris's kicking has been awful. It has, to be fair, but he's made up for it with some good saves. But here come Fulham again. Hoyt beaten in the middle of the park by Lamina, as though he weren't even there.
And Ben Davies 20 yards away again. Look,
Alexander Mitrovic squares it. Oh my God! I thought it's already put in the own net. It's gone wide.
That's because Ben Davies again 20 yards away. By the time he makes up the ground, they've already put the ball in first time. And
look how close he is putting this in his own net. What is he doing? I've done it again. Oh my God, this is what these players do to me.
This is Mitrovic time. This is Mitrovic time. I hate to say it.
Lookman with the corner on the left-hand side. This
is what he's in for, him and Anderson.
Well done, Lloris.
Well done, Hugo.
Fantastic goalkeeping.
What? That's when you need Hugo to come out and command his area at this crucial time in the game. A big up, Matty Collins. You're a legend. Let's start getting the super chats rolling in again for this guy, Matty. Make it happen for Matt. #. Let's go. 3 points incoming.
Matthew Collins says sub Matt and Davis and bring on Sergio and David. You ready? Have you got your boots on, David? Got your shin pads on?
Man, I'm always ready. You know what I mean? No one knows, but there's some days I could be sitting here in a full kit with my boots and shin pads on, watching the game. You know what I mean? All you can see is the jersey. But, for all you know, I could be sitting here, full kit, shin pads, boots, everything, waiting for the call.
Harry Kane out for a throw-in. Support from him.
Well, we are 88 minutes. Too early to go to the corner.
We got just over a minute left of regulation time. And then, of course, any added time the referee decides to add on, which, if David Coote knows how numbers work, I will be surprised. We'll have to wait and see how he wants this one to go. But here's Ademola Lookman. Oh, he's offside. We got lucky there. Spannon says, just because we took off Bale and Ali doesn't mean Lucas and Lamela are defensive changes. Lucas and Lamela aren't defensive changes, but bringing Lucas and Sissoko on for Bale and Ali are defensive changes. And you can see that in the way, first of all, the formation out of possession, 4-4-2 with Ndombele and Kane in the press. That's our park the bus formation. And switching to that 4-3-3 and just the subs themselves, they were defensive changes, bringing Lucas and Sissoko on because Lamela came on for Ndombele. Was it Ndombele? Yeah, Ndombele a little bit later. Dara, thanks for the super chat. Says Kane is a diver. You'll never walk alone. If you say so.
Mo Salah, diving down a wing. Salah. That's what we sing.
Oh, Dara won't offer me any more apples at work now. Leighton says, great show, boys. I would sell Doherty to Arsenal for a £5 and Davis for a £10. Had enough of these boys. They make us weak all the time. And I agree with you on that one, Leighton, and thank you very much for the super chat. Dark Sung G says, if we had one of Serge or Reggie, then we would have done better. And look, maybe that's the thing. Let's play Davis and Aurier and then Doherty and Reguilon, so we're not completely weak in both back areas, kind of balancing it out a little bit. So maybe Dark Sungji has a point there, but we'll see. Sanchez didn't have a very good moment there. Dara said, at least you read it. Marcelo wouldn't read it out last week. Marcelo was absolutely incredible on this watch along from what I saw, and if he wasn't reading out chats about Liverpool, then he was even better than I thought. 4 minutes added on at the end of this one, 30 played already. 3.5 minutes left for Spurs to hold on, and it's upsetting that we're in that position again where we are talking about Spurs having to hold on, because there was times there when it looked as though we could run away with this game.
Yeah,
but here we are after 1 minute of added time down, and we're still looking to see this one out. And Ole Aina just losing control of the ball there, and it's just a throw-in for Spurs down by the dugouts. A chance to waste 20 or 30 seconds. Fenn doing his own countdown here. 3 to go. Let's do this.
Yeah. No, it's important to waste that time. Just keep the clock ticking down. You know, keep getting it out for a throw and keep getting it by the byline. So if they attack you, if go out for throwing. Honestly, I couldn't care. It's all about the 3 points of momentum. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And that's all we want. I don't care how they come. I really don't.
Oh, come on, Spurs. Just see this through, please. We don't ask too much from you. Just to win every game. Here's Harry Kane breaking forward. There could be a chance here to
great ball. Oh.
I think he was unlucky there. Lemon out in the corner. I assume he'll try and hold this one up. No, he tries to beat his man again.
Oh, well done. Get out. Well done. Keep him in. Keep him pending. That's it. Keep pressing.
Everyone did not want that football.
No.
To get it away, and it's a throw-in now for Fulham on the halfway line. And there's Fenn right on time, 2 to go. Bale, Hart and Reguilon enjoying themselves on the bench.
2 minutes.
Those fans. Come on, Spurs. Anderson breaks forward for Fulham down the right-hand side, looking for Mario Lemina. Good challenge, Ben Davis, to be fair. Fantastic sliding challenge from him to slow that attack down a bit. And it's a throw-in for Fulham on the right-hand side, about 20 yards out. Ola Aina looks to maybe take a long one here. And Geeson making a move in the box. Aina, that's a very good throw. Alderweireld gets his head in it. Can Son add to that? No, Harrison Reed flicks it down towards Mario Lemina. Cross in from the right-hand side, blocked by Davinson Sanchez, and Højbjerg puts a foot through it. No risks taken there, but the ball is straight back to Fulham. Joachim Anderson just inside his own half, picking up possession. Spurs take Hampton side their own box. Anderson pings it out towards the left-hand side to Joe Bryan. Takes it down quite well, and Bryan on his left foot whips it into the box.
No.
The header, it's out towards Aina.
Oh, why is he heading it down to the only 3 Fulham players in the area that are free? Guy.
Thrown on the right-hand side. Oh, Sven is a few seconds late with his 1 to go. Oh, no, there it is. Aina, throw into the box. Alderweireld gets...
Get rid of it. Put your foot through it. What are you doing letting it bounce? Put your fucking foot through it. That's it, Kane. Let's go, Kane.
Able to carry the ball forward here.
Straight to the corner.
The goal. So
Lucas.
Hold on to the lead that we do have. Harry Kane gets taken down. It's a free kick for Spurs. 40 seconds left.
That's game over, surely. That's the game.
Spurs.
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. We're the Tottenham boys. We're making all the noise. Everywhere we go. Come on. Let's go. Let's have it.
Come on. Just 15 seconds to see out, and it's a free kick. Imagine it'd be a couple of extra seconds added on.
Yeah, just put it down into the corner. Just chip it over into the corner.
Oh, poor Scott Parker. Oh, the poor guy not getting his point.
Yeah, Scotty Parker to Scotty Starstruck.
After what he said after the game at the Spurs Stadium, I'm absolutely overjoyed to be ruining his night.
Yeah. Dry your eyes, mate.
Son spreads it across. And there it is. It's a full-time whistle.
Come on! 3 points in the bag.
1-0 at Craven Cottage. A Tassin Adebayo own goal. The difference between the two teams. Dele Alli, I'm sure, will argue his fact that he should have had the goal, but we don't care. It's 1-0 to Spurs. It's full-time. 3 points, and that is a big, big one for us. Brian says you're now level with the biggest team in London. We've always been level with the biggest team in London because we're always level with ourselves. That's how it works. Stephen Tomlinson said,
order. We are restoring order in London.
Stephen Tomlinson says, first time listening to you lads, great banter. Come on, you swear. So thank you, Stephen. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and that like button as well if you are new. Let's see where we are at in terms of likes. We're at 282. So come on, 140 people watching. We're 18 likes away from our goal of 300 likes. So please smash that like button. Smash it. If you need to break the screen on your phone to do so, do it. We just want to get to.
We're not leaving until we get to the 300 anyway, or 350. We're not leaving, so
we're here forever until we get there. Jordan says the stress relief, and it should never be that way as a Spurs fan away to Fulham, but that's what it is. The relief as that full-time whistle goes, and as Spurs claim the 3 points. David, it's all that mattered, isn't it? Getting that win.
Yeah, don't care how they come. Just give me the wins. With wins breeds confidence. With confidence brings momentum. With momentum delivers trophies. Let's go. It's all about just getting the job done today. We played a lot of games. I have another interesting stat actually for you, Matty. Like I said, came here very prepared today. So look, Tottenham haven't actually won any of their midweek Premier League games up until today this season. So that's another record broken, which is good. So it's all positive. It's just about getting that result, getting it over the line, and roll on Palace. I've been waiting for this eagle for a long time.
Yeah, and look, that's what we're looking to now. Will with the $2 super chat says, "I'll take the 3, but Kane was no help at all."
Lamella was class today, Will, when he came on, by the way.
Yeah, Will, I think you gotta reevaluate there. Aaron McDonough says, "Love you, Irish Yid, Irish Hotspur, and you, Maddie." Well, thank you very much for tuning in, Aaron. Always love seeing your name in the live chat. And the win, we've got it, but not in the way that we would have liked, David. I suppose in hindsight now that we did manage to hold on to that lead, I said when we made that double sub with the kind of dropping into that low block, the 4-4-2, if things had gone wrong, it would have been Jose Mourinho's fault. But given that we held on to the lead, do we have to give credit to Jose Mourinho for that?
Look, one thing I will give credit to Jose for is in the second half. Look, so we sat here and we said that basically that, you know, he might have to make a substitution to get an extra man in the middle. But sorry, before I continue, we're getting the super chat. Big up,
yeah,
man.
Matthew Collins with another £5 says, if we finish top 5 and above Arsenal, they can clean our squad's boosts and kit. Look, 4 years in a row, I think they're doing that already. But Matthew, I fully agree with you on that one. Let's finish above that. Let's keep the run going. Yeah. Sorry, go on, David.
Yeah, no. So basically, what I was saying is look, when we came out in the second half, they were just overrunning us. They were just winning the possession in midfield. They were overrunning us, spraying it left and right, getting down the fullbacks. Now it come to a point where Jose could make 2 substitutions and change the fullbacks and try and affect the game that way, or he can make another 2 substitutions the way he did and go for a 4-3-3 and get an extra man in the middle to try and stop the flow of the game. He tried that. It didn't happen. It didn't work. So one thing I will give him massive credit for is he spotted that and he made another substitution to rectify that, which got us up playing in their half. So, you know, I'd argue that maybe he was right bringing off Bale and Dele, because when Lamella and Moura came on, we were playing in their half a lot more. You have to remember that Dele, you know, he's not ready for 90 minutes yet. So maybe coming off, it was needed for him. Bale as well. We can't expect him to play 3 games, 90 minutes every week. So for him coming off as well, you know, like we did say, if he did start, he was only going to probably last for so long. So I really want to praise Jose for rectifying the mistake that he made and having the balls to do it. Because, you know, as a manager, you could sit there and, you know, you could scapegoat yourself with the players and, you know, saying, oh, well, you know, they didn't turn up in the second half. But Jose had the balls to admit he made a mistake. He tried to affect the game. It didn't happen. And he rectified it. And it worked. It got us up the field and we saw out the game comfortably enough from there. So I want to big up Jose for that.
Yeah, people in the chat saying got a clean sheet. Jose will always take credit for that, and it's 2 clean sheets in a row, which it's an achievement for Spurs this season. It's something I don't know the exact stats of when we last managed that in the Premier League, but I'm sure it's been quite a while. And it's been the same defensive partnership in the 2 of those, and Toby Alderweireld and Davinson Sanchez. Of course, Hugo Lloris behind them was absolutely pivotal today, making a lot of fantastic saves to keep Fulham at bay. And we do have to give a special thanks to whoever was in that VAR studio as well for ruling out that Josh Maja goal. But do you think there's any reason for Jose to change that defensive partnership in the game against Palace on Sunday and even beyond that in the North London derby?
No, for me, look, I play Sanchez and Alderweireld again as centre backs, putting them in alongside Reguilon and Aurier. You see what happened the way we were against Burnley. I think you do the same against Palace. I think you see another great performance. You know, look, these midweek games, they take their toll on these players. You know, you have to remember, because they're coming in such close proximity with each other, they're not really having too much time to recover. Because all they're doing is going straight on to the training ground and learning tactics for the next game. It's all they have time to do. So they don't really have that much time to recover. So you are going to get a couple of leggy performances on this magnificent run that I predict we're going to go on. You are going to have a couple of games where you just get over the line and you need luck with you. But look, we've had the luck against us the last few weeks. So let's forget about the VAR decision. We got the luck with us, and it's about time. It swings and roundabouts. You lose some, you win some. And today we won. So let's take it. We've been screwed enough by it. So let's take it and embrace it today.
Yeah, it's a win that puts us within 4 points of the top 4. Everton winning 1-0 away to West Brom tonight to put themselves back in the Champions League spots. So West Ham dropping out.
Again in hand.
And, no, we're all level at the moment. We're level on points level on games played with Everton, West Ham, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Whereas the top 3 in City, United, and Leicester have a game.
Still 4 points. We win at the weekend, and one of them dropped points. You know, we've closed the gap.
Exactly, we are very, very close to rejoining that race, but it does take consistency is the one thing that this team has been lacking so far this season. But if we start getting more consistency in that starting 11, start getting a bit more consistency from players that haven't offered that this season, in the likes of Gareth Bale, Dele Alli, Lucas Moura, even Davinson Sanchez.
Look, one thing I will say to you, Matty, it's 9 goals in 3 games. It's 3 clean sheets in 3 games, and it's consistency.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But will we be able to keep it up? Will these players start to tire? Will some players drop out of form again? Will Jose try and change his tactics again? We just don't really know what's going to happen. But we do have to stay that bit more optimistic. And look, David, I think we do have to touch on Harry Kane, who, he managed to get the goals and a goal and the assists at the weekend against Burnley, but tonight he wasn't quite on it, and he missed a couple of sitters, which, when he is your main point of goals, there is always going to be a worry coming with that one.
Yeah, no, look, he wasn't at the races. Let's be honest, it was a poor performance. He really let me down on the hair prediction today. Look, there's no hiding from it. It was a poor performance. I'll be honest, you expect better from your leader, but at the end of the day, he's going to have some bad games, and when he does, it's important you get the job done. And we done. At the end of the day, he wasn't on form today, but we still came out here with the 3 points, which is something else we need to start learning how to do. So for me, look, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm ecstatic, but we got the win. It's all that matters right now is picking up points. It's been one of them. It's been a really odd season. You could be on fire and then you could be poor. It's one of them seasons. All that matters now between now and the business end of the season is just picking up points. It doesn't matter how it's done. Everyone's going to be tired. Every team is going to be leggy. Every squad is going to be bollocks with the games coming thick and fast. Obviously, the more competitions you stay in, the more games you play, which is the result of this at the minute. But you just keep going. You keep fighting for the cause and just keep winning. It doesn't matter how you do it. You keep them. Even if you can't win, you take a draw. One thing you don't do is lose. You do not lose.
Yeah. Dark Sung-ji here with the 5,000 South Korean won says, remember we had a VAR decision against us with Kane in the first half, so I think it's fair. Look, as David said, swings and roundabouts, everything does kind of even itself out a bit, but I think the very fact that we're sitting here and talking about a terrible VAR decision in our favour, balancing out from a terrible VAR decision in Fulham's favour, just goes to show the situation we are in with the technology and as we said before the game, the referees that are using it, they're simply not good enough. They do not understand the rules of the game. Which, if we as fans are sitting here, myself and David, using this platform to have our voices heard, and all of you, of course, in that live chat as well, if we can see the mistakes that these referees are making every single week, why can't the PGMOL see that? Why can't the referees themselves see that? It's really disappointing. But we should have had that penalty in the first half, and if we get that penalty, 9 times out of 10, we put that in the back of the net. And it's a very, very different game then, and one that you'd have to feel we would have gone on and perhaps won 3-4, 5-0 as we did against Burnley, as we did against Wolfsburger. But it was a much more kind of worrying and stressful game because we didn't get that penalty, and it stayed 1-0 for so long. But Dave, just to touch on that one again, how shocked were you that penalty wasn't given?
Yeah, no, very shocked, to be honest with you. The evidence is there, man. What can we really say on it? He threw out a lazy leg. He had no intention going for the ball. He had every intention of clipping Harry Kane. He caught him. Harry Kane went down. How can you not give it? But it is what it is. At the end of the day, look, again, people can sit here and say, you had an own goal. At the end of the day, it was going in my opinion, so it's not an own goal. Yeah, okay. Look, tough on them. For me, nothing the lad could have done. It's not like he moved his hand out in a direction to try and stop the ball. He had it by his side. He was kicked off him. Harsh. But at the same time, if people want to talk about that, well, we just talk about the penalty that should have been given. So at the end of the day, Tottenham, we very rarely miss penalties, especially when Harry Kane takes them. So at the end of the day, for me, look, in a way, we deserve the 3 points. Like these games before, when you come out, you're not fit and firing. We've questioned the team's character, desire to get the 3 points. Well, today they got it done. They got it done today. Yeah,
they did. That's, as we keep on saying, that is all that matters. Paul here says the rule: if an attacking player handles the ball, accidental or otherwise, and a goal directly results, it's disallowed. That is the rule, but that wasn't a handball. If his hand is by his side, you can't bring that rule into it. It's if it's a handball that, like the example I use, if that hit Josh Badger or was a Cavalier or Lookman, if it hit his arm in the middle of the pitch, that wouldn't have been given as a handball. So if your hand is stuck to your side as it was and the ball hits your hand, that's not a foul. Whatever rule you're looking at, whatever way you want to interpret it, that's not a foul. And I do think Fulham have been really, really hard done by there. But again, we were hard done by in the first half, and I'm not going to spend too much time complaining about.
No, look, that's one thing I do want to say is let's not make it down the usual route that people go after a team wins and there's VAR decisions make it all about VAR. Let's keep it on the football. That's what it's about at the end of the day. That's what won us the game, not VAR. Football won us the game. So let's keep it about the football.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to take a quick look at Twitter and see seeing what people are saying. One of the most undeserved and fraudulent performances we've had this season. Fulham got robbed. That's coming from Glorious Spurs. Did you think the performance was that bad, David?
Look, by any stretch of the imagination, it wasn't a good performance. But Matty, I argue on the flip side. How many times have we been robbed where we should have won a game?
True.
You know what I mean? So, like, look, you're still going to have the Josie outers. People thought we were back against. This is going to be the tweet, right? People thought we were back against Burnley. We win today. Man, tell me that Davies and Doherty aren't good enough. You know what I mean? And then yet they play today and we win. That's what's going to be out all over these Josie outers posts today. Oh yeah, we got the job done, but it's not the way we want to win. All this stuff is going to come back again. But look, people were telling me Josie's lost the dressing room. I'm sorry, judging by the last few weeks, I don't think he has. I think he's firmly in charge, and I think everyone's pulling in the right direction. More now so than ever. So just drop the agenda and just get behind the team.
Yeah, I agree on that one. The Clockwork Orange with the 10 Romanian Lou says, if Man United win Europa, it's top 5 enough for Champions League football. If they finish in the top 4 and win the Europa League, now that you make that point, I do think Champions League will go to whoever finishes in 5th place. Because if you win, whoever wins the Europa League, that doesn't affect the amount of teams domestically who can enter the competition. So, I just broke my pen. You'd have 4 teams from the league who make it into it there. So in the past it would have been, because it happened to us when Chelsea won the Champions League to go back into it. So we finished 4th, Chelsea finished 9th. They won the Champions League and then took our place in it. And a few years after that, the rule was changed that if a team wins a domestic, or if a team wins a European trophy, that's an extra place for that country in the Champions League for the next season. So I do think if United or Arsenal won't finish top 4, what am I saying? If United do win the Europa League, 5th place would then win Champions League. So maybe, is that what we want to challenge for, David? Or do you think United have any chance of winning that Europa League?
Look, I'd argue that they're favourites, but the fact that they got Inter Milan, AC Milan, and it's the return of Zlatan. Look, I still expect them to kind of beat AC Milan, to be honest. I think United are the only team in there that nobody wants. But, I said something with my Premier League predictions there a few weeks ago. I did say when the European games start coming around, I said you will see a dip in United's performances. And I did say that Chelsea game for me, and I said this before the Chelsea game, that it's going to be a bore fest and that it's going to be the start of their downfall. And I was right. I predicted them to draw against Palace last night. That happened. So I was right about Frank. I might be right about Ole Gunnar.
Well, let's hope he is a goner. Dark Sung Ji with another 5,000 South Korean won says Fulham home is never easy. Even Liverpool drew. Thank God no moon boots. If he was used, we lose or draw. Do you think Dyer is that much of a hindrance to our defence, David? Before we get on to that, I still want to welcome Jordan Stevens to the channel membership.
Yeah, first of all, big up Jordan. You're never going to regret that membership. It's the best bit of money you've ever spent, man. Make sure you get on before the next game and chat to us. You're very generous with Matty, and you're very generous with me on. You're very generous with me on my channel with the super chats and all. So make sure you come on and have a chat with us. Look, on Dyer. Let's not beat around the bush. Sanchez is also being his offer. When Rodon stepped in, he's also been bad with mistakes. I just think it's about whichever one of them kind of could pick up a bit of confidence, a bit of form, would get in and play beside Toby. And that seems to be the case, that Sanchez has done it. But look, we can't forget that Dyer was superb up until November. And then after that City game, coming into the Chelsea game, he shot himself. And I think it's a case of, he got a bit too big time, and maybe he just needs to work a bit harder. Look, if we could get Dyer back and in form again, it's all perfect for us, because then we have 3 centre-backs in form, Dyer, Sanchez and Alfred. I'd love nothing better than that. But I'm sorry, go ahead with the super chat.
Yeah, and even on that, there's of course Tanganga and Rodon to add into that mix as well. So, are we actually going to end the season on a good position with centre halves? It would be a strange feeling if we did. Brad Matthews,
even if we did, I'd still make changes in the summer from that position anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We still need to buy in there. Brad with the £5 says, "Few thought we were in control at halftime, surrendered initiative in the second half, but a win's a win." Brad, thank you so much for the super chat again, and I could not agree with you anymore. We did surrender the initiative, and we gave Fulham the confidence, and this is kind of the biggest qualm I had with playing that defensive football kind of in that mid-season period around Christmas when things really did start to fall apart, is that, put tactics to the side, put whatever you want in terms of like not having the attacking intent and all that. The main thing it does is it gives confidence to your opposition, and it gives them feeling that there is a goal there from, and there is something in the game for them. And we saw that with Fulham today. As soon as we made that double change and switched back into that low block, they were so confident coming out. They were trying to get the ball into the box. They were pressing a lot. And as Elias says here, Hugo potentially in with a big shout for man of the match, because he did make a lot of crucial saves that in the end won that game for us. Now, Jordan Kelly made the point a while ago that his distribution was quite poor, but at the basis of it, his job is to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And for every goal, for every chance that was within the legal parameters of the game, of course, excluding that Josh Maja disallowed goal, Hugo did his job and he kept the ball out. But surrendering that initiative, David, it's a big concern that we're still doing that against a team who are in the relegation zone.
No, look, I don't think today was a case of surrendering anything. I think it was a case of trying to affect the game, but in the wrong way. That's what it came down for me, because look, we could all see that, we were playing the same formation, same personnel we played the first half. Come the second half, we completely just let them dominate us. We were getting outnumbered in midfield, and Fulham came out with more aggression and wanted it more in the second half than us. Let's be honest, that's a player issue. That's not a Mourinho issue. That's not a formation issue. Look, Mourinho tried to change it. He tried to affect it. He brought in Sissoko. Sissoko hasn't played well of late. He came on today. He didn't affect it. Same thing was happening. So then he brought on Lamela, and of course it worked. I don't think it was a case of surrender. I think it was a case of trying to affect the game in a positive way, but just doesn't have the personnel to do it. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, no, I suppose I do agree with you on that one. Brandon here with the $5 super chat says, "Superb. No, he was fine, but our team defending was great. Dyer and Sanchez still possess their weaknesses. Toby helps them to be their best." And I made that point. I streamed on, was it Monday night? I think I uploaded it as a separate video as well, that our defense is better with Toby Alderweireld in it, no matter what way you want to look at it. And he's aging, so his ability, his fitness, his physical prowess will be deteriorating. But kind of along with that, in a kind of a contradictory manner, would be his understanding of the game will be getting better and better. And when he's in that defense, I think Sanchez does look better beside him. Dyer does look better beside him. But the one thing that we never, ever want to see is Dyer and Sanchez together, because they're not good enough to be there. Fen says, I was hoping the wrong comment there. Fen says this game sums up Jose as a manager at Spurs, which I suppose it does. But once we're getting that win at the end of it, I think will be the key. A key ingredient in that one, getting that 3.
We have to remember, it's not only Jose in this. It's a collective. It's Jose, it's the players, it's the board, it's the fans. We're all a collective. We have to remember that. Look, what Jose does with the players, it's also up to the players to take the instructions on and go out and deliver, which we have seen some players haven't done. So it's not just Jose.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Paul says, "Unfortunately, a frustrating or lacking performance from us. Shocking turnaround from Burnley display. A1 Spursy performance. Team fighting with a team fighting relegation." Brandon with another super chat, another $5. Thank you very much, Brandon. I do appreciate that. Says, "There's no way Jose instructed them to sit in a low block. He doesn't trust us to hold a 1-0 lead. Like he said, some teams stop you from playing." Do you agree with that, David?
Yeah, no, look, I think it was just a case of, like I said, we came out the second half, same personnel, same instructions to go out and play the way you did the first half. I can't see why you change it. It's just Fulham came out in the second half. They were a better team. They identified that, they were getting dry in midfield. Even though we came in when they looked, they were getting dry in midfield. And they just put more pressure in that area and took control of the game. That's down to individuals maybe slacking off a little bit. We've seen it time and time again, Matt. Like, I've talked about this loads of times with you, that we only ever see one half. We don't see a 90 minutes performance from this team. It's either a good first 45, or we're going in down at half time and we're coming out trying to have a good second 45. That's the way our story has been this season. It's a big concern, but look, it's just a case of Fulham had our number in the second half, but we held out.
We did, thankfully. That's the main thing that we can say about that game. And 3 points. We move on to Crystal Palace on Sunday. There will be a live watch along on this channel, of course, for that one as well. It'll be Marcelo and David. I'm back in work, unfortunately, so I won't be here, but you'll be in the very, very capable hands of Marcelo hosting again, and of course David there to keep him grounded and to give his opinions, his expert opinions on the game, as we have seen tonight. Let's see if we'll have another scout report for that one. But look, guys, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to pop a link in the live chat. It's for the Last Minute Winner podcast, who was currently doing a watch along. I popped in the wrong comment. Doing a watch along for the Liverpool and Chelsea game. So what I want everyone here to do, there's nearly 300 of us sitting in the live chat right now. So what I want to do is head over to the stream as I'm linked there, and let him know that you came from this channel. Say Mate sent me. And make sure to like and subscribe while you're there. You get to see him cry as Chelsea beat Liverpool. But before you do leave, make sure to pop a like in the stream. Hit that subscribe button down below on your way out as well. It helps us out quite a bit. The likes do as well. And head over to the Irish Hotspur. His channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure to give him a subscribe.
As well, I'll be going live later on. So if anyone wants to see more of this analysis and basically look me rub it in a little as well, I'll be going live later on tonight. So just keep an eye out for it. And make sure you tune in and interact with me the way you have done today. Big up the Matt Pack. Absolutely love yous. And get over and show me the same support on my stream tonight. Come on.
Absolutely do. Fully recommend everybody go over to the Irish Hotspur. But first, that link in the live chat, spamming it there as much as I possibly can. Head over to the Last Minute Winner podcast. Rob and Dean on there right now, getting ready for Liverpool's kickoff against Chelsea. Tell them you came from here. Tell them Spurs are better than Liverpool, and you hope Chelsea win. But look, from us, let's have a look at the numbers for this stream. Actually, before we do get going, we've had nearly 12,000 people joining us over the last 3.5 hours at 307 likes. Thank you very much to every single one of you. Subscribers have been through the roof tonight as well. But look, we're going to leave over to the Last One podcast. Everyone who has joined over the last 3.5 hours, as always, thanks for watching.